What is up, everybody? Welcome to the KillJoy Claws YouTube channel. My name is Santa. How's everyone doing tonight? Welcome on in. You are all on the naughty list. Every single one of you is on the naughty list because I've seen your browser history. I see all the disgusting stuff that you watch on that orange and black website. So if you want to redeem yourself tonight, say hello, throw in a super chat. Say, hey, Jake, there you go. There's a little something for you. So I KillJoy Claws would appreciate it. It's the time of giving and all that, so there you go. So welcome on in, everybody, all you naughty fellas. How's everyone doing? Ghostface95 is saying, there's so much hair in my mouth right now. I saw Thanksgiving 3 times in the last 2 days, and I think the sequel will be about the second killer in the movie. Seriously, if you have a brain, you can tell Eric had a partner. If I have a brain, oh man. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I'm sure they'll bring Patrick Dempsey back. I'm excited to see that. I don't want to say any more than that. We'll probably see some more familiar characters as well. I could talk about that all day, Ghostface95. Oh, I'm excited to see what they do, man. Very exciting stuff. Coop the Oof! What's up, dog? How's it going? Got some Freddy Fazbear in the profile picture. I dig it. Welcome on in. Jason Carpenter saying, yo, Jake. What's up, Jason? How we doing, man? How you doing, man? Welcome on in. Our resident Halloween Ends fan, he's even talking about it in a super chat. You're officially on the nice list, my friend. I love Halloween Ends giving winks to Christine. Oh, it does a lot more than give some winks, my friend. I'm just messing with you, Jason. Thanks for the $2, dude. Appreciate you. I think I'm already not committing to this. I'm like, wow, I can just taste so much hair. All I can taste. It's delicious. What's up, everybody? Thanks for the $2, Jason, though. I really appreciate you, man. Thank you. Who else is out there in the chat tonight? RJ Skorenki is saying, Merry early Christmas. Let's talk some Scream 7. Oh, we will. I got a special guest. We're going to talk with him all about Scream. If I can get this beard situation going. It's coming down the neck, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. I'm going to wear it around my neck just like Art the Clown. There we go. It's perfect. RJ, welcome to the stream, dude. Appreciate you for being here. Thank you. What else do we got going on? Jumpscare TV is with us saying howdy, hey. What's up, Jumpscare? Appreciate you for being here. Amy is saying, okay, Jake, the Adult Swim profile pictures are getting a little stale, so which should be the new every stream profile picture? A Tubi film, something like Dark Was the Night, or Steven Seagal film. You know what? You should make Steven Seagal your profile picture. That would be awesome. That would be really silly to me, Amy. If you did that would be great. That would make my night. Max is saying, hey, Jake, hope you've had a great day and have a great Christmas. Thank you so much. Same to you, my friend. Just got home from work. Time to light up a doobie and watch the stream. Let's go. The best way to watch a KillJoy Jake stream, man. You'll actually understand what I'm saying if you're a little high. I'll tell you what. Max, I really appreciate you for coming in here, man. Thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out with us. And Merry Christmas. Gunner is saying, Jake, I've been missing a lot of streams lately, but I'm back. I appreciate you for being here, man. Just, hey, listen, you drop in while you can, dog. That's what means the world to me. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Jacob is saying, actually have Corey die in the sewer and Halloween Ends is fine as it is like that. I mean, listen, if Michael Myers bit into a rat in Halloween Ends, I would unapologetically love it. That's where I'm at. I'm still not over that. We still don't have Michael Myers biting into a rat, man. That's my biggest thing. My biggest thing about it. Oliver Hardung is saying, hello, Oliver. What's up, dog? Welcome on in. Appreciate you for being here. Thanks for being a KillJoy cult member. We appreciate that. The KillJoy cult is very merry this time of year, so thanks for being here with us. Appreciate you. Nicholas is with us as well, cracking up. He likes it. He likes my insane wig that is definitely not a Santa wig, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. ABH Ninjas, who's a member, thank you so much, dog. Thoughts on Smile 2? I'm hyped for it, man. Very, very excited for this one. Smile 2 should be a banger, I think. I hope. As soon as I bring my guest on, we'll talk about that. I want to say hi to a few more people. Oh my God, we got super chats flowing in. You guys are awesome. All of y'all want to be on the nice list, I see. Rob's Eclectic Media is saying, LOL, thanks for being here, Rob. Appreciate you, man. And oh my God, Tori has been a member for 6 months, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give her a round of applause all the way around. Just like that. Here's to being a member for 6 whole months, half a year, Tori. Appreciate your support. Tori's been around for a lot longer than that, though, and I really appreciate you for hanging out with us, being a part of the cult for as long as you've had, as long as you have. Keep drinking the Kool-Aid, my friend. It's delicious. Lots of tasty things in there, and I promise it's just Kool-Aid. Nothing else going in that pot of punch. Anyways, what else do we got going on here? We got a few super chats I want to get to. You guys are fantastic. I really appreciate y'all. Lighting Ghost is throwing $5 out there saying, can I be on the nice list now? Yes, you can. Of course you can, my friend. Do you think Halloween having a cinematic universe is a good or bad thing? You know, ladies and gentlemen, I think I got to bring in my guest for this question because this is a big one. It's a tough one to bite into. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Anthony from Child of the Corn. What's up, my corny child?
What's up? What's good, dude?
How you doing, dude?
Dude, really good. Can't complain. Just got done with my work week yesterday, so got my week off now, holiday weekend. So yeah, super blessed. I do have to work New Year's, but would much rather have Christmas off. So yeah, it's all good. Two things though. I do want to agree with Ghostface 95. I do think that there was another killer in Thanksgiving. Thought about it many of times, both times I watched it. And Amy, her comment about Steven Seagal. I actually met Steven Seagal when I was young. It was back in when did that movie come out? 98. He was out filming a film in Montana when we were visiting called The Patriot. So I actually got his autograph on a Nebraska hat back in the day.
No way. Oh, that's cool, man.
Swear to God, it's freaking nuts, dude. Like, I was so nervous as like a youngster walking up to his trailer and shit. Like, I don't even know if I even said anything. Like, I was just so like, they're like, oh, here's like a little, fan wants to know if you can get your autograph or whatever. And I was just like, yeah, thanks, appreciate it. It was crazy. Actually, the movie is very underrated, and we don't need to get into the whole thing that we were doing a couple years ago, but it very much ties in if you actually watch the movie. It seems
wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Interesting. Well, Amy is already on that saying, stay tuned, above the law profile pic coming soon. So there we go.
Steven Seagal, he's like what, I know his like personality and everything like after his movies and stuff is not the best, but dude, my dad, like his two favorite like, action stars back in the day were Jean-Claude Van Damme, Steven Seagal. Used to watch all of them, dude. Out for Justice. Hey, you guys see Ricky? Dude, Mike and Jay always quoting that shit all the time. That shit is, but dude, Out for Justice is nuts. I mean, Under Siege, like all of those, dude.
I think I've only ever seen Under Siege. I'm going to be honest, out of his catalog.
Yeah, Under Siege with Tommy Lee Jones and what's his name? Who's the guy that's in? He's in Predator 2. He's a legendary dude. I can't think of his name.
The star, Danny Glover. I haven't seen, like, I'll be honest, I haven't seen it in a very long time.
He's one of the scientists. What's that guy with like the kind of big teeth, blonde hair? Gary Busey, is that right?
Oh, Gary Busey, dude, yeah. No way.
Yeah, that's awesome. The second one's actually not that bad. It's on a train. It's not terrible. But the first one's by far the best one. Yeah, for sure.
Dope, man. Very cool stuff. Badass. Who knew you were a Steven Seagal fan? There you go, man. But we do have a really interesting question that Lighting Ghost is thrown at us. This is something that's been, back and forth in the Halloween fandom lately, if this is something we want or not. We know that a Halloween TV series is in the works, for those who don't know. Anthony, do you want a cinematic universe with Halloween? Is that something that's necessary, do you think?
Okay, so my bad. I get so like confused with like the superhero films. Like, so like, what does that mean? Like, what is that like in totality? Like, what does that all mean?
So basically, like the thought process right now that's going around with this is that we're getting a brand new show, like that's going to take place in the Halloween universe.
Yep.
And it could be doing something like what Marvel's trying to do right now, where they're building the cinematic universe where everything kind of ties in. Like there's people are throwing out some ideas like maybe, they're going to incorporate Silver Shamrock into the main storyline somehow,
Could have done it in ends, honestly. But oh yeah, dude. Then I mean, why not? That would be, it's just like with we'll get into it with Scream 7 and all that stuff. Like, who's going to say no to, like, Halloween anything? Like, you know what I mean? Like, as much as, like, that's why we all went to Ends. Like, I feel like even if we would have known, like, what the full storyline was in Ends, we probably still would have went to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, it is what it is. So, yeah, I mean, as a fan of the franchise, like, I mean, yeah, why not? Like, it makes total sense, yeah.
I mean, I still went to go see Halloween Ends, even after hearing John Carpenter say it sucks. I heard, David Gordon Green say this is basically too Christine.
Knows what the hell they're talking about, dude. Right, dude. No, it was your last stream. I commented under, and I was like, yeah, no, you can shit on Ends as long as you want, dude. Like, it's totally fine. and it's cool that some people liked it, but you were like, I can actually watch that movie in full and actually rag on it the whole time. And I was like, dude, the last time I watched it, I felt the same exact way where I'm just like, damn, man.
I said this before, and like I'm not saying this because I just have some vendetta against the movie or something. When I watched it, I'm like, every choice they made is like what I would have in my head is like the wrong choice. You know what I mean? Like everything can be boiled. Like I could write essays on why like nearly every aspect of Halloween Ends is just like a betrayal of what came before. And I don't know, like I hate to sound that over dramatic, right? But to me, it's like it's everything that I don't like about modern movies is encapsulated into that one film. Like, I don't know. The performances are off from the previous two films and the original 78 movie, which is in the same canon. I'm not interested in Corey Cunningham enough to put a whole movie around him. I mean, I could go on. There's so many weird little instances that main characters from the previous two films are pushed to the side, you know, and forgotten about. They just have a couple of lines. I could go on. I don't know. There's so many things I'm not gonna dig that up, you know. I could, but oh man, I'm getting close to it, but what do you think about the Halloween TV show, Anthony? Are you excited to see Michael Myers on the small screen?
Okay. When I first heard about it, not too, there have been decent TV shows. I'm not a huge fan of TV shows, but if it's something like this, obviously I'd be interested. I mean, I think all of us would much rather see, him up on the big screen. So, it's tough. Like, I just really wonder what storyline they're going to introduce, to be honest. See, for like, I think we talked about it maybe a little bit. Like, if you did go the TV show route, maybe you do something more so like Silver Shamrock or something like that. You can really, dive
like
deep
an anthology.
That might actually take like, a couple episodes or like a whole season to, kind of talk about or kind of cover. So, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm whatever it is, I'm hoping for the best for it, of course. The biggest thing I'm concerned about Lighting Ghost is just I've seen a lot of slashers get translated to TV shows, and 9 times out of 10, it's not as good of a product as the movies. So I think that's my biggest concern about it. Like, me personally, I'm just not crazy about the Chucky TV show. The Scream TV show is not bad, but I don't think it compares to the movies personally. Like, I think there's some things about it that are really cool, and definitely like it's worth a watch for Scream fans for sure. But I just don't think the characters, which is like such a big draw to that franchise, I just don't think they're up to par with a lot of the movies. So you're gonna find some sacrifices. I hope nobody goes into the Halloween TV show with high expectations. I guess is my biggest point. It might be of quality, it might be fun, but I don't think it's gonna be anything that like tops the movies. Even though, a lot of the Halloween movies, they're up and down, so who knows? Maybe we get something, a big surprise with this. I would love for that, man, especially after being really disappointed with the last entry. So let's hope for the best, Lighting Ghost. Thanks for the $5, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Sarah's throwing $50 out there too. The Queen.
Way to go, Sarah. Damn.
Just killing it on every stream. Sarah Campbell, thank you so much for the support throughout this entire year. You're incredible, Sarah. We love you. Thank you for being here. Merry Christmas, dumbass. I'm sure that's me. Wow, I don't know why I had to be so aggressive. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for spicing it up. But I just felt it in my soul. But seriously, Merry Christmas. Thanks for a fun 13 months. Thank you, Sarah, for the support. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. As me and Anthony both know very well, Sarah is always supporting the little community that we have here, and we greatly appreciate that. So Sarah, thank you. I can't say it enough. Merry Christmas, my friend, if I don't see you until then. So thanks for the 50. Really appreciate that big time. The Bearded Entertainment has also been a member for 11 months. Oh my God. Am I crazy, Mozart? I kind of look like it, don't I? Just like rocking away. Did Mozart have a beard? I don't think he did.
I cannot picture him right now, to be completely honest. Yeah. I am going to say yes, probably. He probably did. Yeah.
I feel like me and Morty are about to go on an adventure if I if I look like anything. No. But Bearded, I really appreciate it, man. Thanks for the 11 months of support, Eric. Thank you so much, dude. Coming up on a year. Look at that. Look at them apples. That's crazy. Eric's also talking about, Anthony, is that a shitter's full hat?
Well, it's not quite like leather, but like, oh, dude, yeah. Or Cousin Eddie, dude, classic shit, dude. Yeah. I haven't watched it yet because I was going to save it for the weekend, but yeah, dude, yeah. Classic, dude. We went to this old school downtown theater last year to see it, and it was so funny, dude. So great, man. So good.
Oh, nice,
yeah.
man. This is also our movie like that our family watches every Christmas. Like some people have Die Hard, some people have, A Christmas Story. For us, it's Christmas Vacation. I think that's like probably what most people like what it is, but I know like almost every line because I've seen it so many times.
Yeah. But, Chevy's on his masterclass, dude. Like he's at his best. I mean, I actually probably like Vegas Vacation the best because I grew up watching that one the most. But oh yeah, dude, the Christmas
underrated as fuck, dude.
Oh, dude, so underrated, dude. It was back in the day when you actually had to call in pay-per-view and be like, yeah, can I get this movie for the day? And then you'd have it for the whole day, so you're just sitting there just watching it on the loop, man. Just good stuff,
dude. That's crazy, man. We had the box set like growing up of all the vacation movies. That's how I found them. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not crazy about European Vacation though.
Overrated.
Very overrated. It's not for me.
It's not the best.
Not my thing. But I like the other three though. Fantastic. Vegas Vacation gets slept on a lot. So I recommend. What's the kid's fake name? That's like my favorite joke from the whole thing.
Papa Giorgio. Yeah.
Papa Giorgio, right? And he's like he's gambling and he's like underage. That's hilarious.
I want a car. Put a quarter in. I want a car. Put a quarter in. He's like, I got it. I got it, Russ.
Dude, like fantastic. Like that's my favorite thing for that whole movie. It's so funny, but great stuff, man. Eric, thanks for being here, dude. And look at this. Eric's killing it, throwing another $5 out there, saying I'm not on board for a cinematic universe. And sorry, before I go any further, Eric, you're on the nice list. Double. You have 2 names on there, buddy. Killing it, man. I'm not on board for a cinematic universe. Even with Marvel movies, the quality drops. You get burnt out on the content. Focus on making great movies. I feel you there, but Anthony, what are your thoughts on that?
No, dude, actually, I'm gonna have to side with Eric here because, dude, that's like, okay, we obviously all love the Marvel. I think a lot of us like the Marvel movies, but man, did they get dry and stale, quickly after Endgame. It was just like, what is happening, man? I'm sorry, I'm worried that DC is gonna try to do the same, and I feel like they kind of already have like a little bit, dude. That's what was like, that's why the Batman was so great, because it was just something that you think was, I think it's going to be a trendsetter on like the vibe and like how like superhero films could be like just made in the future. I think the Batman 2 is going to be the best 2025. Like it's just more serious. It's not like this, hey, this blueprint is going to work for every single thing that we're going to talk about. It got stale real quick, man. So it's a possibility where that same thing could happen then, for Halloween. So.
And that would suck, right? I mean, like, I just feel like the cinematic universe thing was cool like 5 years ago, and now it's a very much so a dying trend. It's to the point now where I just feel like people can point it out, and it's like, oh, you're just trying to do a Marvel thing, you're just trying to do a DC thing. So I don't know. For me, it's like I get it. Like they want to make more movies, more money, whatever. But it's like find other ways to make more movies, man. Tell other kinds of stories. There's other ways to do it besides like the multiverse and cinematic universes. So. I don't know. I hope they start finding new and original ways to come up with ideas in respective IPs, or maybe just put some of these IPs to bed. Like some of them have been overdone. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm always down for another Halloween movie with Michael killing people. I feel like there's a lot of possibilities there, but that's just my thoughts on it. But we'll see what they end up doing. Eric, thanks for the $5, man. I feel you though. I feel you. Let's see where they go next with this, with the Halloween franchise. Jason Carpenter say John Carpenter never said that Halloween Ends sucks. So here's the thing. He said it sucks. I'm pretty sure like the actual quote was he was asked about Halloween Ends and he was like, oh, it sucks, but I'm just excited to be doing the music. Or I'm very much so paraphrasing, but I did a whole video on it last year when we were moving into like actually talking about like the film and stuff. This was before we had even seen it. So this was a quote, Jason. I'm sorry. I know you love it so much, man, but this was a quote from John Carpenter. I did a whole video on it. You can look it up. It's on my page. The thing is too, what I'll say is, even though I have some reservations about the film, I'm not crazy about it, dude. Listen, we respect everyone's opinion around here. If you love Halloween Ends, hell yes, fight for it, baby. Post about it, but don't like. Here's my thing. Like, I want to make a whole video about this because this is something that bugs me. There's a lot of people that will come out of the woodworks and say like, you just don't understand it. You're just too dumb to understand the masterpiece that is Halloween Ends. That bugs me. Don't do that. But if you love the film, Jason, that's awesome, man. I'm not discrediting your love for the film. Not at all. Neither is John Carpenter. That's just his opinion, man. That's all good. John also hates all the sequels too. He hates every single one of them, even 2 and 3. Well, maybe not 3, but he hates like pretty much all of them. So don't take any offense by that. Sorry, Anthony, go ahead.
Honestly, like Ends, man, dude, Ends has great cinematography.
It does.
Gordon Green does a masterful job of, dude, he did a great job throughout that whole trilogy. The fucking whole trilogy looks excellent. What is the biggest thing that sucks about Ends? The writing, man. The writing, I'm sorry, just the writing is just not very good. Like, it's just not. Just like you said, like the characters that you were building up in the first 2, it just seems so forced, like everything in that film. Like, just the writing is just not good. Just not. The score, excelente. Yeah, I mean, dude, Carpenter, like that junkyard scene, insane. Like all like the little references to, you know, Hard Target, to the thing at the beginning. I thought the guy that did, you know, Corey Cunningham's performance, awesome, did an awesome job. It's just like, I don't know who the hell this guy is. Why is he not in the first 2? Like, what is going on? Like,
I think Rowan Campbell deserves a shot at like just another movie where he's not doing that.
That's why they killed him off, dude. I know David Gordon Green wanted him like as his character. I get it, but dude, just think of what they could have done. Possibly, dude, they could have just came back to it, like, you know, possibly. I mean, I don't know if Blumhouse would have still had the rights, but obviously not. But you know, I don't know. That should have been left open, dude. I'm sorry. That would have made things really interesting.
Yeah, I just don't love Corey's arc, like just how it starts. I'm not crazy about because we're just dropped right in the middle of it, and I'm also not crazy about how it ends either. I mean, he just kind of, you know, does what he does. I can't say it, but yeah, I don't know, man. It just doesn't personally. It doesn't work for me. I think it's just a little too Christine. David Gordon Green even did say that. I mean, dude, that's another quote.
100% Christine, and dude, like okay. Thanksgiving, just for example, just real quick, Thanksgiving took a bunch of references, a bunch of elements from all other different types of slashers, but it didn't like full on board just like copy and paste. It wasn't a straight copy and paste, but dude, if you actually watch it, it kind of is. Like, I swear to God, Michael really is Christine and Shane. It's just like, dude, I know you're trying to show, you know, respect to, you know, John Carpenter and like some other films that he's done, but just like, damn, dude, like it literally was pretty much Christine. So
yeah, I get the goal. I get what they were trying to go for. Like, you know, if 1 and 2, you know, Halloween Kills are trying to be like Halloween 1 and 2, and then like Halloween Ends is supposed to almost kind of be like, oh, well, we're getting back to the jukebox of horror and all that, you know, like just making it something different every time. But the problem is they still chose to continue the story. It's the problem, like why I say it's the biggest reason I say like why Halloween Ends represents everything that's wrong with modern continuations is because of that. Like, they try to have their cake and eat it too with nearly every aspect of the film. And that's the biggest thing. They tried to continue the story from where we left it, but also tried to tell a new story at the same time. And it ends up being a messy, chaotic movie that just doesn't work for me. So I wish they would have just like taken the initiative and just told a new story. Like, nobody from the last 2 movies are in it. Just a whole new thing about Corey, transference of evil, you know? Or the opposite, where it's like they do continue the story. It is the final chapter. I just wish they would have picked a lane. Requels these days, just I feel like they struggle with trying to figure out like which direction to go, and then they ultimately end up going in both directions at the same time, and that ends up being a lot of the biggest problems with some of the worst requels, I guess is my point. But Jason, we respect your opinion, man, and I'm so glad that you love it. I'm so glad. Anytime that a horror movie can make someone happy, that makes me happy. So I'm very glad about that.
That's what it's all about, man. No doubt.
Exactly, man. That is what it's all about. Jason, you're on the nice list, my friend. Thank you so much for the $2. I really do appreciate you, dog. That Sounded Scary has also been a member for an entire year. Whoa. Dude, what's up, dog? How you doing? A whole year? Yeah. Thanks for being a KillJoy Cult member, man. I really do appreciate your support. Means a whole lot, dude. Thank you. Means a whole lot. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all. But, you know, we're coming to the end of the year, Anthony. We're finishing it out. We're finished another great year of horror. I want to reflect in this stream on what has come, what has already happened, and what is to come. That's where I was trying to get to. Anthony, what were your thoughts on 2023 horror, though, as a whole?
Yeah, like, okay, so you had great movies like, John Wick 4 came out, and then you had Dead Reckoning that came out, Mission Impossible. To me, those action films really hit heavy in the summer, so it was kind of like horror kind of took a backseat for like a little bit. However, and I know a lot of people maybe said that 2023 obviously wasn't as good as 2022. 2022, complete banger of a year, like it was excellent, dude, 23, it was still very decent, still really good. Like I can like right off the top of my head, like think about, you know, a handful or even close to like 10 movies that were just straight up bangers. Like I was really glad to see that you on Twitter the other day said you really liked Dark Harvest. Dude, Dark Harvest was an absolute just I didn't even know what to expect, and I sat down and watched that movie, realized it was David Slade, you know, the dude that did 30 Days a Night. I mean, dude, just like what a cool concept. Awesome. Just loved it. I mean, we're talking Pumpkinhead vibes and like this whole just like small town atmosphere. The cinematography, just beautiful. That movie was just awesome to look at like the whole way through. And it was just a fucking cool concept, dude. I just loved it. You know, you had Evil Dead Rise. I like that movie a lot. There isn't a bad Evil Dead movie. Like they are all kick ass. I don't know where I'd put that one, to be honest. I would probably say that I like it above like Army of Darkness and stuff like that. I just thought it had so many cool references in that whole movie. Like if you really watched it pretty thoroughly, like you could see like all the, you know, like I said,
the eyeball in the mouth from like Evil Dead 2,
like,
you know,
like the hotel or like the apartment building that they were in, it was very much like Child's Play from the first one. Like the creature at the end was very much like The Thing, like, you know what I mean? Just like really cool references to other films. And it was just, dude, it kicked ass, man. Like it really, like from 2013 to going to that, like the beginning at the freaking, you know, getting scalped and then just like her rising from like the lake. I mean, come on, like, dude, awesome movie. Then you had like the Boogeyman, Cobweb, you know, obviously Thanksgiving. There was just a lot of good movies, man, that I really enjoyed. So I thought it was really good. You know, it might not have been as good as 2022, but you know, and I guess, you know, Scream 6, you know, and obviously, and so, you know, it was still really good, you know.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. You know, 2022, it's a hard year to compare to. Like, I will stand by this. I'll die on this hill. 2022 was one of the best years for horror, like, maybe ever. I think it's at least in the top 10. I wouldn't put it at number 1, but it's in the top 10 for me. Like, of all years that horror films came out, like, man, I don't know. There's just so many good movies from last year. So 2023, I think a lot of us went into it with some high expectations, right? And we still got some bangers. I wouldn't say it's as good as last year, but still like a really solid year. Dark Harvest, dude, I'm so with you. I like that is slowly becoming my favorite horror film of the year. I loved every second of that. And I don't know, man, like the melodrama worked for me where in a lot of movies it doesn't.
Yes, nice.
That was a big thing about that film. You know, concept, of course, fantastic. I think any slasher fan can really, you know, like watch that and be like, oh, that's cool. That's interesting how they did that. But the melodrama, I like really worked in places. Like I was taken aback by a few sequences. I'm like, oh, fuck, like shit's getting real, you know? I don't know. I loved that movie unapologetically. Like, I'm so mad it didn't get a big release all over because in my opinion, it was that good. It was that good.
So weird that it went straight to VOD, and I was just like, and maybe it did. Maybe it was in certain theaters. You know, we just don't have a lot of those around, like, you know, like big theater releases like that or whatever. But yeah, it was just weird. I had heard some people mention it on either a stream or two, and I was just like, oh yeah, I'll just check it out, or like, why not? It was like right around Halloween, and I watched it. It was like that weekend of Halloween, and I was just like, dude, this movie is insanely good. Like, you had that whole like greaser vibe of like the 50s and 60s. I'm just like, this is so cool, man. Oh, that was such a good movie, man.
I will say my only diss is I think you can see that it's a little low budget at times. That's my only thing. And even then, I don't even think it's that glaring. Like, I've seen much worse effects in other movies, you know?
Oh, so yeah.
I don't know, man. I loved it. I could not recommend it more. If you're someone who doesn't like CGI blood, I can see not being crazy about this movie. But if you can look past that and you can just appreciate the concepts, I mean, it's an excellent movie. It is just so good. It's so underrated. I'm pissed nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, dude, it's literally like, and then dude, to me, to be completely honest, I could have like literally, the movie could have been horrible with the CGI, but to me, I felt like the CGI was actually done really well. Like right
for the most part, yes.
Oh, dude, when they're running through the cornfield and that kid, you know, I don't want to give anything away, just like everything with the cornfield and all that shit was just done so well, dude. The cinematography is so beautiful, dude. It's just it's a well shot film, man. It really is, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, David Slade, man, you got to hats off to him. I love 30 Days a Night. That was one I got to watch again earlier this year.
Like, oh, man. Yeah.
So good. Just such an excellent movie. And you see that here, too. So I don't know. I really did love it. Okay, so real quick, Jacob Myers is asking about the kills and the kill count for ends. This is something I wanted to bring up too while we were talking about Halloween Ends. I love the kills in that movie. Like the Halloween Ends kills is probably the most underrated aspect of it.
Yeah. Takes about 45 minutes to happen though.
Yeah. No, okay, I'm with you there. Jacob Myers is saying it's so dumb and stupid that Corey got more kills than Michael. Also, Michael should have been the one to kill Corey's mother, Joan, like in the book. Sorry. I'm drinking Coke, dude. I got some burps in me. But no, yeah. I mean, I feel you there. I think Michael definitely should have outkilled Corey, but what I will say is I like the kills in that movie, man. There's some brutal ones. The tongue on the record player or whatever, that's awesome. So I don't know. There's some good sequences in it, but I do feel you on that. I feel like Michael should have gotten more kills. You know, we got to respect the legends, right?
So this is like, I'm sorry. I don't much get into the novelizations. I'm very much just like I don't know, product of our time. I just didn't get much into like the reading of like, you know, book novelizations or anything of movies. But like, dude, the thing with Ends, it's like, dude, I just like, it's so much back and forth. Like he's just a man. No, it is like an entity. Like he is supernatural, but I feel like it just doesn't choose to like tell you like which one it is. And yeah, for like Corey to like just come out of nowhere and just I don't know, have like this like just he's getting beat up by band kids and now he becomes this overpowerful like killer and shit, and it's just like, dude, what is happening right now? Like I don't know. Yeah, his mom's kissing him on the lips and shit. I'm like, what is happening?
That's strange too, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a movie that I'm just so like I've tried to like it. I really did. I gave it so many chances because I remember when it came out, so many people were either like passionately hatred for it or passionately loved it. There was no in between. You know, it was just like passionate on either side. So I kept giving it another chance. You know, I ended up buying the Steelbook and stuff. And I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. I wish it did. I really wish it did.
If the movie was a standalone, it'd be all right, I guess you would say. Or it just like, I just can't believe they just chose to end the trilogy that way. It's just, in my opinion, yeah.
I think the idea of like, you know, maybe like, let's say high school kid instead of Corey, who's like, let's say early 20s, you know, let's say like a high school kid or whatever finds some evil old serial killer in the sewers. Like that concept is interesting to me. I just don't know if that works in Halloween. You know what I mean? There are some like avenues where it's like, hey, we can try new stuff and you know, already continuing franchises. Like, yeah, let's do that. I'm all about trying new stuff. But this was just one of those ideas that didn't work, you know, and that's going to happen. You know, anytime I pitch like, oh, franchises have got to do new stuff, that doesn't always mean it's going to be good, you know? Every now and then you do get that. I mean, Evil Dead 2013 is a testament to, you know, trying something else out. And then it's like, bam, oh, it totally works. We just flavored the whole franchise differently. And it's good. You know, a lot of people really enjoyed it. But Halloween Ends, I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. But I do give it some props for being ambitious, trying something else, you know, so there you go. But
agreed, yeah,
just my thoughts on it. Jason's also saying throwing $5 out there. You're like triple on the nice list, Jason. Wow.
Yes.
Killing it, man. We appreciate your support, dog. Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, and Batman Returns are your favorite Christmas movies.
Dude,
interesting choices.
What a fucking list, dude. Dude, Batman Returns is a very underrated Christmas film, dude. I'm telling you right now. A lot of people don't like it. You know, it's very gothic and shit. Dude, I grew up watching the original and Returns. Like, we had the VHSs and shit, dude. I'm pretty sure I actually still have them, like, right behind me. Dude, we watched them a lot. So I just remember watching Returns. It's, you know, Michelle Pfeiffer, what a babe. Like, dude, that movie is so underrated. Because in the franchise ranking, I feel like a lot of people have it down towards the end a little bit, but it's still a great film. And then Die Hard, you know, it's my favorite. Well, okay, hold on. I think somebody else just mentioned another one. Die Hard and Gremlins, probably, you know, 1 and 2, probably for my favorite, probably. Or just holiday films. Sorry, my bad.
I always forget about Gremlins this time of year. I don't know why.
Oh man, when I was a little kid, I was just in love with that movie, man.
It's great. Oh, it's so much fun.
It's so damn good, dude. Like Phoebe Cates, dude, what a babe. She was just like, but just the Gremlins, like the concept, it was so much fun. And like, I was actually like a little scared. Like when I was pretty little watching that movie, I was like, ugh, like, you know, we had like a bootleg version of the second one, and second one obviously wasn't as good as the first, but you know, it still like had parts in it where I was just like, I didn't like that as a little kid.
Dude, the monologue about the dad dressing up as Santa or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? That's fucking scary, man. Yeah, oh my God.
Dark. Like you're just like having a good time, and then she says that, and as a little kid, you're not really maybe understanding like what she's saying, and then you get older and you watch it, and you're just like, oh shoot, like yeah, damn.
That's good gateway horror, man. You know, like everyone talked about Five Nights at Freddy's earlier this year about being like an excellent gateway horror film, but to me, I think what makes like something like Coraline or Gremlins like the tippy top of the best gateway horror is that there is some scary shit in there. The whole like, listen, no one's out here saying the entirety of Gremlins is the scariest shit they've ever seen, but that one instance of it is scary and like could scare a child theoretically. I think that movies like these are the best because you do have to have something that's maybe a little scary, like the idea of it tease what could be coming later on in life. You know what I mean? I think to me that's gateway horror. You got to have something scary in there. Coraline, you know, the mom putting buttons in the little girl's eyes or whatever. Like, that's terrifying. That's scary, you know? It's for me, I just didn't feel that with Five Nights at Freddy's, but I love that. That's something I love about both those movies that I just mentioned. Those are like my two favorite, like, horror movies that all kids should watch, I guess is my point. But
amen.
Hell yeah, dude.
Lethal Weapon, very underrated. Like, I fucking love the Lethal Weapon movies, dude. Like, especially the first one. I feel like the second one doesn't get quite enough love. Great little side thing here. Like, Die Hard is awesome in Legendary, so is Lethal Weapon, but I feel like Die Hard 2 is actually just as, like, it is just underneath. Like, 3 is epically good too, but dude, 2 just does not get enough love, and same with Lethal Weapon 2. Like, yeah, but the first two, great, very great.
Man, I really want to like Die Hard 2, man. I don't know. I love Die Hards 1 and 3 though.
Snow and just like at the airport, it's just like, you know, and then it like it has its flaws, you know. We're talking like a gas line, you know, goes all the way up to like the plane and shit. But Bruce is he's on his funny shit, dude. Like it is just, man, he's just getting the shit beat out of him in that movie too, man. It's just, it's very enjoyable. Like I don't think, honestly, even the bad Die Hard movie, like the later on ones, like I'm still like, okay, this, you know, it's whatever, it's cool. This is still definitely
some good violence and stuff. But Jason, I gotta say, these are 3 Christmas movies that I think maybe besides Die Hard, Lethal Weapon and Batman Returns, maybe ones we don't think of off the cuff. And I respect these choices big time, man. All 3 great movies, excellent choices all around, man. And he also says, good thoughts, Jake Anthony, on Halloween Ends. I'm good now. Jason was upset about that. Listen, man, hey, we love that you love Halloween Ends. How does that sound?
Yeah, and like you said earlier, man, like I don't hate Ends. Like I like all the Halloween movies. Like I even like Resurrection. I like Zombies #2, man. Like there's good elements in all of them. So it's just us nitpicking a little bit. So it's all good.
Yeah, you know, when I'm very passionate about Halloween, you know, so like whenever there's something that I'm just like, oh, I don't know, that's just me talking, man. But Jason, we love you, man. Merry Christmas and great selections all around, dude. Thanks for the $5, dude. Thank you so much. Smells Like Teen Horror is saying, crazy we're still talking about Halloween.
Dude, great name. I like that name though. Nice, very good.
Oh yeah, Smells Like Teen Horror is awesome. We appreciate the heck out of them around these parts. I'm on the podcast, by the way, so check out their podcast.
Right on, stuff. Love it.
So we love to see it. Thank you so much for being here, man. Really appreciate you. Thanks for the $2, and we'll stop talking about Halloween Ends. It's Christmas time, goddammit. We gotta talk Christmas horror, man. Or we could talk a little Return of the Living Dead, as Scorpion is suggesting.
You know what movie I just watched last night that gives me kind of like that 80s vibe? I watched Night of the Comet for the first time. You ever seen that movie?
I have not. It's been recommended to me many times, though.
Well, apparently it's a holiday film, and so it was on Shudder, and I watched it, and I was just like, how have I not seen this movie yet? The concept was awesome. Fucking awesome. It just kind of drags a little, gets a little slow, and it just started really strong, and then it just kind of died down just a little bit. It was still fun movie, but I love the concept, man. Yeah.
Did you say that was on Shudder?
Shudder, dude. That? Yep.
Okay.
Definitely. Dude, Shudder is freaking awesome, dude. Like, I'm so glad I got that for. I don't really know why. Oh, I got it for Eli Roth's whatever his docuseries was or whatever that was on there. I started watching that, and it was crazy good. And now I was just like, oh man, there's a bunch of like, it's kind of like Tubi. It's kind of like, it kind of has those underrated gems on there that you wouldn't kind of, quite come across, on some of the main big platforms and stuff. So it's nice, man.
What I like about Shudder is that it has a lot of like the big ones too, like it has like your Halloweens, your Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but then it's got like some of the weirder ones you forgot about, like some 80s slashers that are like super underrated, like the Mutilator. I think the Prowler's on there, like just movies where it's like, we forget about these. We don't talk about these enough, and they're really good. They're really underrated. So I love that about it. Now, I'm not sponsored by them. I wish I was though. Fingers crossed.
Be epic, dude.
Hit me up, Shudder. God, I would just talk positively about them all the time. Sorry, go ahead.
Talking about Shudder though, like I was telling you, if anybody hasn't seen it, everybody should go watch. I Am Not a Serial Killer. I'm telling you, you will be very much impressed by that film. It's not going to be or turn out the way that you're thinking at the beginning of the film, but it's got Christopher Lloyd, very, very fun movie. And it's just, if you're from a small Midwest town, I think you'll like it a lot. It's good, dude.
Anthony was pitching this to me before the stream, ladies and gentlemen. He's very hyped up about this one. I'm so excited to watch it this weekend. I'm going to be watching a lot of Christmas horror this weekend, so I'm very excited for it, man. Oh, I can't wait.
Okay, can I say one more? And I'm sorry. I know. Biggest one I watched yesterday though, Silent Night from 2012. Best Santa Claus horror movie out there. I swear, I'm not even lying. I was watching like I think a Joe Blow or something like that, like top 10, or maybe it was Mojo. I can't remember. And they were doing top 10 holiday horror films. And this one was just kind of like on the in-between when they went to a certain segment. I can't remember what they were talking about. They brought this one up. I saw some of the pictures and stuff, and I was like, oh, that looks pretty interesting. So I remembered, watched it yesterday. Just excellent slasher, dude. Excelente, dude. I'm telling you, it's like Silent Night, Deadly Night mixed with like, what else did I think was in there? It's pretty much like an amped up version of that film. I'm telling you, it's way good, dude. Silent Night.
Isn't that a remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night?
It must be. It must be. I think so. It's got Malcolm McDonald, the Loomis guy from the zombie films. He's in it. He's like one of the main cops. And then I think what did I see? Her name's like Jamie King. She's a good actress. You would recognize her from some other films. It's just something that you're just like, oh man, like it's really good, man. Really, really good.
I got to give that one a rewatch. I've seen it like a long time ago when I went through the Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise like for the first time, and I kind of don't remember it all that well. But I'm excited to revisit that one. That's also going on my list, nice. Anthony, because I don't remember it all that well. You brought this up before the stream, but I was talking about Silent Night, Deadly Night on stream the other night, and I was like, oh, I love the first two. The last three are like really bizarre. I want to give all of them a watch again because I really like. I blew past those, and like 3, 4, and 5, they're bizarre. So like for me, I kind of forgot about a lot of the weirder things. Like there's a worm or something in 4. I really don't remember it all that well, but it's bizarre, man. I think a lot
of people like 5. I think a lot, yeah. They're on Tubi. They're all on Tubi. I've been watching them here and there, like a little bit, but I would definitely say the first 2 are probably the best too. Yeah.
Those are the ones I remember the most. Those are the ones that stick in my mind. Garbage Day. Like, dude, that's iconic, man. That's so funny. But Jason's also, we're bringing it back to Halloween Ends because this is the Halloween Ends stream, not a Christmas horror. No, not at all. Jason was saying, Jacob Myers, I agree 100%. I wish Myers had 15 to 20 minutes more screen time with 3 to 5 more kills. Corey Cunningham rocks and gets some awesome kills. Jason, I appreciate you. I know how much you love Halloween Ends, but I think it's really interesting that this is a good criticism. This I agree. Very, very good stuff here. Nice, dude. Fantastic, Jason. I appreciate the $5. You are on the nice list ×4. You're getting 4 Christmas presents from KillJoy Claws this year. Not really, and I'm not liable to that. But anyways, Jason, thanks so much for the $5. I appreciate you, man. All the love. Thank you. But Anthony, continuing our conversation from earlier, we're wrapping up 2023. There's not too many more big horror releases. Are you excited for 2024?
Yeah, dude. I actually kind of forgot about some projects that were going to be in 2024. I think Somebody had mentioned Smile 2 earlier. Yeah, I mean, dude, Smile 1. I think that's one thing that you and I both agree with. That first Smile. I remember seeing it for the first time and I was like, oh, yeah, it was pretty good. And then rewatching it a couple more times, I'm like, actually, this movie is excellent. Like, it is really, really good. Kind of sucks that I'm guessing it's probably going to continue possibly with Jacob Gallner, or maybe it won't. And there's this new actress that I just saw that got casted as like the main role. I'm not too familiar with what else she's in, but dude, it took me a while to even realize that the main actress in the first one was Kevin Bacon's daughter. Didn't know that.
Sosie Bacon, yeah, dude. God.
She did a hell of a performance in that. I think that's actually why I like that film so much, because she does such a damn good job, man. And it was a cool concept. Like I think the first time I watched it, I was like, dude, this reveals like Barbarian. Like, do these two movies just like get together and be like, yo, this is what our movie's gonna be about? Like, let's do the same or whatever. Like,
yeah, dude.
But dude, the big one is obviously Maxine, dude. Ty West, love this dude. Like this like this dude knows, how to like. Was Pearl my favorite? Probably not, but I respect it for what he's able to accomplish. Like, the dude can direct, is what I'm saying. And like, dude, X is like, it's in my top 10 slashers of all time. Like, it's not even a question. So, what I was really interested in what I saw a couple days ago, where they were saying that there were like facets of Giallo in the new film, and I'm like, oh damn, that's pretty dope. Like, I felt like I could find like elements of that in like the Thanksgiving movie, kind of with like the over the top practical effects, when he takes the guy's head off, and stuff like that. To me, that's showing an homage to like that genre, which I feel like doesn't maybe get enough love sometimes, because I feel like that's kind of where it all started, if you really narrow it down. So I'm interested to see like what kind of concept they come up with for that film. So yeah, Maxine should be a good one. I'm trying to think of some other stuff. Obviously, Fede Alvarez's Alien movie. I mean, come on, dude. Like, that dude can direct too, man. Like,
that's at the tippy top of my list. Like that and Terrifier 3 are like my two most anticipated movies.
Jesus, I'm forgetting about Terrifier. Yeah, Terrifier 3. It's like literally the day before my birthday. So yeah, that one obviously. And then so my bad. This is probably. I feel
there's a lot of movies, man. There's a lot to be excited for.
Scream 7's are for sure, or we're filming next year.
That nothing is for sure about Scream 7.
Okay. I mean,
we might not get it at all, man. That's kind of where we're at with Scream 7.
No, we're gonna get it. I mean, I know okay, I just want to make this clear. I obviously side with Melissa. I very much do. They're gonna go with the money, and they're gonna make a movie, which it's probably going to be the black sheep of the franchise, which is fine. And it could be interesting, dude. It literally could, like you said, last stream, Christopher Landon, feels so sorry for the dude, man. It's like he finally gets it. And then all of a sudden all this just happens. And it's like, damn, dude, like I was really interested to see like what he was going to be able to do. And I mean, he still has a chance to show us something, maybe, a little bit original. So it'll be interesting to see what the, storyline they come up with, because I don't think Nev's coming back. Like, it'll be interesting. But I still think they're going to get one out. So I could be wrong. Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm being melodramatic. I do think they're going to make Scream 7 with or without any returning cast members. Nothing's confirmed. All we know is that I have so much hair on my mic. That's what we do know. What we do know is that, some people are probably not going to be coming back. Rumor has it Melissa Barrera has rejected some kind of counter offer, which is insane to me. That's coming from Critical Overlord too, who personally is a third party source that I trust. There are some out there where I'm like, I don't know about that, but love Critical Overlord. Subscribe to his page. He's great. But I like, man, I'm with you. I think the movie's going to happen. I think it's probably going to be a cash grab. It's probably just going to be, here's black sheep of the family. I think 100% you basically said it perfectly. I think it's going to be that. A lot of people are like, oh, Scream 3 sucks or whatever, but I'm telling you, that narrative is going to be shut down as soon as Scream 7 comes out and proves to be the worst one in the franchise. But, listen, I don't hope for these things. I'm not hoping that it sucks. I hope it's great. I hope that it turns out to be fucking amazing, man. I really do. I want this franchise to succeed, but with all of this negative press, man, I just don't think it's going to be anything worth
fucking ball, dude. Jesus Christ. But, honestly, I feel like this still sets up for Jenna Ortega and Melissa Cabrera to come back, you know, possibly to maybe continue that story with somebody else. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I still think there's that possibility like that, like maybe, you know, obviously once the rights go somewhere else, like, it's like, you know, and it's so crazy because Spyglass just came out with Thanksgiving and it was such a banger. And it's just like, damn, dude, like, then you guys dropped the ball with fucking Seven, man. Like, it's crazy.
Dude, I know, man. Like, I love all 6 of the Scream movies so much, and it's like you guys were doing so good, and then y'all just dropped the ball, man. It's like, oh, what happened, man? Not that Scream 6's production was perfect, though. I mean, everything with Neve Campbell, you know, that fucking sucked too. But I don't know, man. We saw Scream 6. It was good. I personally really enjoyed it. And now I'm just like, I don't think Scream 7 is going to be good at all, man. Everyone's been turned away. Everyone is like, no one is coming back. Maybe, you know, maybe they end up getting 1 or 2 people. But then I just, there's too much bad blood. You know what I mean? There's too much bad blood now. It's going to be hard to watch this next movie without thinking about that. At least in Scream 6, they could say, like, you know, Sidney Prescott was hiding somewhere. That made sense with the narrative that they were telling. But now you're telling me that none of the core 4 is coming back. Who knows if Gale Weathers or Kirby comes back? Like, I don't know. It's all up in the air, man. It's a disaster.
Yeah.
You can't just fire your main characters, you know? That's insane.
I'm even just trying to even think of any direction that they would go. Really nothing comes to mind, to be honest. That's why it's going to be something obviously original. So, well, I guess we'll see. I think it's going to be maybe like a Friday 5, like a copycat killer. Like maybe they're just using like the, you know, figure of Ghostface or whatever to, you know, carry out something that has nothing related to anything to Neve or any of that. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's just like a copycat situation.
Whole new kind of story or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Listen, whatever it is, though, I'm. Here's my thing. I know everyone's pissed at Spyglass, and I get it. Trust me, I'm enraged about the whole situation too. But man, Christopher Landon, he's still attached to this project, and he just loves Scream. You can feel it. You can feel it in the way that he talks about these movies. So for him, I hope it's good. For Christopher, I hope that this is a banger, and I'm rooting for the guy so badly because I want him to make a good Scream movie. I mean, it's destined. When he got announced to do it, I mean, even before that, months before that, I was talking about how badly I would love a Christopher Landon Scream film as a huge fan of things like Happy Death Day and Freaky. So I really hope it's good. I hope it's just somehow magically, miraculously a banger. That would make me so happy as a Scream fan, but I just don't know, man.
I just rewatched 3 this morning, as I showed you on Instagram, and
my favorite Scream film.
I like, dude, I literally about did it. I about put 3 in the number 2 slot for as rank. Dude, it literally about happened. Dude, that trilogy will just go down as just like being so perfect. Like if there's one thing, like I wanted to do like a stream where I was like a lot of like what ifs, like what could have happened, like with. I have all sorts of ideas. One being, you know, what if Kevin would have written 3 instead of, you know, not being on board with it? That would have been interesting. But dude, it's just, oh my God, the campiness and everything in that movie is just damn near perfect. And you know why it's perfect? Because Roger L. Jackson is on his fucking shit in that. Like the dialogue, his dialogue is just perfect in that film. It is in all you know, the first 3. The score is so good. It has that old school, like take me back to the original films kind of vibe. And I think that's why 3 is so good because, like, dude, you still have the elements of being back in Woodsboro and it having kind of that original feel to it. But then going out to LA and kind of getting this like new school vibe. It's so, oh, dude, it's so much fun. So good. Parker Posey's so funny. Dude, Dewey, just that movie's a blast, dude. I know you don't like it, like that you know, it's just, I don't know.
I like it.
It's a perfect balance of campiness and dude, it really has good tonage or tonality when it comes to like getting serious and shit. Like at the beginning, the first act, like, you know, just going after Cotton's girlfriend and shit, like it's all funny and he's like, yeah, it's just a game, you know, and everything. Like, dude, it's good, man. Wes is on his shit in that movie, man.
I think I finally identified stuff about Screams 2 and 3 that I don't like. And the reason, like, here's the thing. Here's my thing with Screams 2 and 3. Both of these movies had production issues, as we know. You know, Scream 2, like, the killers got leaked, so they had to rewrite the ending and stuff.
Bitch. Yeah.
I know. Like, it fucking sucks, man. But I think the things I don't like about these films is what ended up being rewritten. Like, that's what I'm noticing as I watch these movies again. But I'm learning to love these elements to these films because they come from a place of rebellion in a lot of ways. Like, you know, with Scream 2, it was because, you know, it got leaked or whatever. So they were pissed. So we have to do something else. We have to come up with something else. Here's a different kind of killer, whatever. And for that, it's still pretty well done, man. I have my reservations about Mrs. Loomis, but fuck, I mean, for being under the gun like that, like coming out a year later, and they were still able to put something out that was like really of quality. Some people even heralded it as a classic, the best Scream movie I've heard from some people. That's impressive, dude.
I like it. Yes,
that's really impressive about 2, man.
Scream 2 is so good. Yeah, I love Mrs. Loomis in the third act, but I love Mickey too. I think it's a great reveal. I honestly, but Roman also, it's like just excellent.
And then Scream 3, what's excellent about that is, you know, there's weird things with the plot. It makes no sense that there's only one killer, and you know, I could pick that apart all day, but man, I think my thing about Scream 3 that I really love is that it is maybe the most rebellious film in the entire franchise. Like, that movie is like just basically putting a magnifying glass on Harvey Weinstein and saying, fuck this guy.
Thing, yeah.
So, like, I get it. I get the love for these movies. Even though I have my criticisms and all that, I really have so much love and respect for every single Scream film. Like, that's why I will listen. Another hill I'll die on. There's no bad Scream film for that reason.
Amen to that. Yeah, no doubt. That's why it's my favorite franchise. Yeah. And like I couldn't agree more, dude. Like the whole with the like being ahead of its time and kind of talking about things that people, you know, maybe just like would, you know, kind of think about a little bit, but then it's like bringing it right in front of your face and stuff. And then like, you know, it's just kind of weird how they had to tone that down because of the whole Columbine thing. But then like you see Roman talk about like, oh, if we stop making, you know, horror movies, like all the psychos out there will just stop, you know, hurting people and stuff, but it's just not like that, you know what I mean? So it's almost kind of like they were again like taking that rebellious, like, hey, we're just trying to make a film here, you know, we don't need to get into all that, but it's just, yeah, I totally agree.
They're villainizing the commentary, you know what I mean? Like, I love that. I think that's so meta, it's brilliant.
Dude. So meta.
Yeah, I know it's all of those movies are brilliant in one way or the other. I love all 6 movies. They're all just so good. I don't know. As much as I, you know, will come on here and say like, oh, the ending to Scream 2 sucks. I secretly love it. I really do. I secretly love all of these movies. That's why I talk about them all the time. Jason Dyer's throwing $2 out there though, saying best Christmas movie, Alligator. You are welcome. You know, we have a lot of fans of movies in the chat, Anthony, and I just love that anytime Jason comes in here, it's guaranteed the movie Alligator is going to get brought up. That makes me so happy. You don't even know. Have you seen this film?
Dude, okay, so yes, I think this is, okay, 80s film, right? I believe.
Yes.
Okay,
oh, yeah.
So I don't think I've seen it all the way through. So was The Croc like a remake or something, or totally different?
I don't think there's a remake of this one.
Okay,
but
okay. I don't think I've seen it, but I think I've definitely heard about it. Or maybe I have. I know it might be on Tubi. I don't know. I don't think all the way through. No.
Here's what I'll say about the film. I believe it's on Shudder or Tubi. It's definitely on one of those. Like if I had to bet. I think that this is just one of the best B movies ever made. It is so like that campy goofiness, but it also has like bloody kills. It's got this weird pacing to it and just a dark sense of humor. I love it. It almost feels like a prototype for like an Eli Roth film in a lot of ways. Because
my bad, not Croc, Crawl. Okay, yeah. So aren't they at like
Crawl,
a 30 or something, and then this huge ass alligator shows up? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I've seen bits and pieces of it. 85 on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's go. Nice, very nice.
Dude, it's like actually a really well-written script. Like I said, you know, it's very campy, it's very goofy, but I love the script. I love, like pretty much every sequence in that movie is so enjoyable. There's just these kids playing baseball, like on this city street, and like suddenly the ground starts rumbling, and I'm not even kidding, dude. The alligator shoots up from a manhole, breaking the street and like destroying everything, and starts eating like a bunch of people. It's ridiculous. It's the most unpredictable monster movie you've ever seen.
1980, ahead of its time. Damn.
Yes.
Go.
Written by the same guy that wrote E.T. too, John Sayles. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting. Damn.
I don't know, man. I love this film so much. I could not recommend it more. Me and Jason are just on the alligator love train. So
see,
check this one out.
I think it was 98. I can't remember. Lake Placid. Man, I remember when that movie came out. Huge. I remember that movie. It's hilarious. Great film, man.
Betty White is so funny in that movie, dude. Yep. Every scene with her is like a 10 out of 10. Yep. Oh man, but Jason, dude, thank you so much for the $2, man.
Dude,
I really appreciate
I
it.
love the things that Jason brings into the conversation, dude. Always good stuff, dude. Yeah,
Always.
Yeah.
Dude, Jason is always coming out here with some crazy shit, and I love it, man. You're on the nice list, Jason. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Sarah Campbell's throwing $5 out there, asking the real questions, the most important questions, if I'll even go that far. Anthony, how do you feel about Fast X?
Oh, no. Oh, Sarah, I'm sorry to disappoint. I have not seen any of these. I'm very sorry. I don't think I saw any after Tokyo Drift, which I love. Tokyo Drift was fun as shit. I love that movie. I don't think I think I saw maybe where they were trying to steal some cars out of a building, out of a skyscraper or something through the glass, but I didn't see the whole movie all the way through. You know, when you had like The Rock or Vin Diesel like holding like a rocket or some shit out of a car, like what was it? Or like I can't remember. And I'm just
that sounds
like,
about right. I don't even know, but
you're
you're
just out of pocket. Like or my bad, Sarah. If you love these movies, I love it. Like, but I haven't seen any of the new ones. Sorry.
So me and Sarah both love Fast X. I, on a whim, so like mind you, I had never seen a Fast and Furious movie earlier this year. I went to go see Fast X.
Wait. Any of them?
None. I have now. Now I have.
Oh,
but
wow, dude. That's
before
crazy.
this summer, I had never seen any of them. I just, on a whim, I'm like, you know, I got to start seeing more movies than horror movies in the theater. You know, like every time I go to the theater now, it's for work, basically. It's for like reviewing movies. I'm like, I'm just going to go see Fast X. Fuck it. You know, like what is this all about? Anthony, when I tell you that this is the most ridiculous movie I've ever seen in my entire life, and I'm a horror guy. I've seen some fucking weird full moon features shit, okay? Right. Fast X is the best so bad it's good movie I've ever seen in my entire life. It is just high octane nonsense for 2.5 hours, and it's a 10 out of 10. Like, it's a masterpiece of film for what it is.
Crazy.
I could not recommend it more. I literally just bought the Steelbook. That is how much I love this movie. And I like the other Fast and Furious movies. Don't get me wrong. Like that, the first 3 are actually like really good movies. But
oh, dude, yeah, like 2. I think 2 was like the first DVD I ever owned. I'm pretty sure was Fast and Furious 2. I watched it like just over and over. I wanted a Nissan GTR for like ever, man. Like it was just like, oh, dude, crazy good. Yeah.
But this movie has gone so far off the rails. Like, physics is out the window. Like, nothing makes sense about this. It's just insane. I love every second of it. I've never been so blown away by a film in my life. Like, I was sweating and crying and freaking out. I don't know, man. I couldn't recommend this movie. I couldn't recommend this movie more. But me and Sarah both have a love for it because we love watching movies about family around the holidays. So, great stuff. Sarah, thank you. Thank you so much for the $5. I really do appreciate you and your love for Fast X. It means a whole lot to me. And Jason's also throwing a little Scream 7 ideas out there. What about making Kirby the lead, Anthony? What do you think about that?
So when we were talking earlier about it, I was all like, I don't know if you mentioned Kirby or if somebody else had. I was like thinking, yeah, maybe they could do a side story with Kirby. I was trying to think in my head like what it would kind of, all include. I guess it would maybe be her chasing down another copycat killer, and maybe, like I said, maybe not necessarily linked to the the crew from Woodsboro. Yeah, maybe it's like a side story where like somebody is like impersonating Ghostface, but then shit, I don't want to. They're not going to take this idea, but then maybe you find out it has nothing to do with Woodsboro whatsoever. Maybe she's going to find out that maybe it does or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you said side story, and I really like that. I think that might be one of the best routes for Scream 7 at this point. Like, especially if the rumors are true. I had somebody on Twitter get really upset with me for saying that Sidney Prescott isn't going to be in Scream 7. I do want to say, like, I've been talking about that a lot. That's just my own speculation, just to clarify. I personally believe she will not be back for 7, even though I want her to be. I would love to see Sidney come back. That would be fantastic. But with all of this going on, it's a very similar situation to what happened last year with Nev. I don't think she's coming back. I think she's going to be like, well, you know what? This studio sucks. I don't want to work with them anymore. And that's That's her integrity. You know, she showed that last year. I believe she'll be showing it again with this new project. So I don't think she's going to be back. It would make sense, though, for Hayden Panettiere, who was hyped to be in Scream 6, to potentially want to come back for a movie that focuses on her character entirely, where she's going after Ghostface just somewhere else with a brand new set of characters. That's not the route that I personally think is the best route for them to go, but it's, in my opinion, maybe the most likely. Does that make sense, Anthony? Am I getting that across?
Total sense. I mean, maybe she didn't get enough screen time even in 6, maybe, you know what I mean? So,
and I would agree with that as well, man. I love Kirby. I think she's an excellent character. I've also loved what they've done with her character in Scream 6. How do you feel about her being like an FBI agent now?
I love it. Yeah. Her and Mindy with the back and forth of, loving horror movies and all that stuff. And I didn't realize how actually short she was. So, when Gail's like berating her and like right when they meet up.
You're a child.
Dude, and one more thing I will say is Gail's bangs in 3 are not that bad. She's still pretty hot in 3, man. Like, I'm serious. Like, her bangs are not that bad. Like, I'm telling you, everybody rags on her bangs. I'm like watching 3 and I'm like, dude, they're not that bad, man.
Maybe this is a hot take, but I think Amanda's hair in Saw X is worse than Gail's bangs in Scream 3.
Amen. Amen to that. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. I actually liked Amanda, though, in Saw X. Like, she...
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. No, she's fantastic in that movie, but her hair is just awful. Like, what is going on with that wig, dude?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween 2, yeah. Yeah.
No, dude, I feel you 100%. I think that it makes sense, I don't think, I think some people will hear us talking about, another cast member joining Scream 7 and be like, that's so offensive. Like, why would she do that? Listen, Hayden Panettiere, she just wants to be in movies. What's wrong with that? I get it. But I think it's more of a personal thing with everybody else involved, with the Core 4 now and Nev. That's why those people in particular. You don't hear me saying that Courtney Cox won't be coming back for Scream 7. That's a possibility. She might come back, and I'm not going to be mad at these people for coming back and wanting to make money, dude. I don't know. I think that's a weird argument, personally. Trust me, I'm upset with Spyglass. I'm sure nearly everybody who was involved with that last film is upset with what's been going on, but I'm not going to be pissed at Courtney Cox or something if she decides to be in Scream 7. I don't know. That's just kind of weird to me. It's Hollywood at the end of the day. It's business,
You are gonna hate me for saying this, and please, everybody, I don't even know if I should even say it. I feel like
throw the hot take out there.
I think everybody in the comments would be like, "What?"
Boil the water, dude. See what happens.
I think I'm more pissed off at Spyglass for killing off Dewey than I am with this whole Melissa Barrera thing. Honestly.
Oh shit. Okay.
Like, dude, wrong kid died. Gail should have died in 6, and I'm done. Like Mike always says that.
Wrong kid died.
Wrong kid died, man. Like, dude, I don't like, what is Courtney's story even going to be in 7? I love her to death. I follow her on Instagram. She's great. I love her. But like, what is happening with this? Like, how did she survive? How did fucking Chad survive? 6, that is 6 biggest flaws. It's like not enough people died. We needed more.
Yeah.
Dewey's getting taken out in 5, which to me, it gives 5 a little bit of some balls, but it's just like, dude, Dewey is just, I don't know. Don't understand it. Even Nev even came out and said it. I don't understand why they killed him off in 5, and she's right.
What do you think? What do you think Dewey would be doing in Scream 6 in New York, though? Like, let's say Gail died.
Dude, so this is what I'm saying. I actually feel like that's maybe why I don't like 6 as much, is just because they actually don't have that like authentic feel of like Woodsboro in it. So, and I know obviously they're going to New York. I totally get that. But see, like what I was saying with like earlier with 3, they still have some of that early stuff with Nev being in there. And it just feels like, obviously, it just has, I don't know, some of that original feel to it. But yeah, maybe he shouldn't even have been in 6. I don't know. I just feel like maybe no. I'll never say that. I'll never say he was supposed to die. No way. I don't know. But a lot of people are like, you have to have these main. Randy even says it in 3. Even the main characters can die. That includes you, Sid. Yeah, I don't know. Dewey's just my favorite character, so I didn't want to see him die. Pretty much. So
I really think that. I am kind of with. Here's my thing about it. I think a main character needed to die in 5, but maybe it didn't have to be Dewey. Honestly, you could have brought Gail. Like, let's say the beginning of 5 focuses in on Gail just a little more. She's like there. She's present a little more, kind of like how Dewey is at the beginning of the film. she's the focal point somehow. You know, maybe she's in Woodsboro again, not in New York, whatever. You could figure that out in the writer's room after some time, of course. Just take a different approach. Gail comes to the conclusion now that, hey, she should probably stop writing about ghost faces. She's perpetuating the idea, which is like bringing these killers back generation and generation, time and time again. Then she gets killed. You know what I mean? I mean, it's right there. I mean, I think her story ended in 5. And then 6, they just tried to keep it going, tried to have her relapse, essentially, go back to her old ways. Because we all love Gail in Screams 1 and 2 especially, because she's just so, like, God, I hate her so much. But then she does kind of end up being right about stuff. So it's like, even though you kind of hate Gail, she's kind of right. You know what I mean? She's like she was right in Scream 1 about Cotton Weary. That's really interesting. You know, it's like, whoa, that's actually fascinating. Gail's a great character. I think she's written so well, especially in those first couple movies. And I get why they wanted to come back to that in 6, but it just didn't make sense with where the story was. So maybe if you had Dewey kind of going through something like in that movie, that's what, like, he was more of a police presence. Maybe he could have been a clue as to who our killers were in 6. You know, he would probably be working alongside Dermot Mulroney if he was alive. Think about Scream 3. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's the same thing in that.
Yep. He's all like, yeah, they needed somebody that, you know, lived through, you know, everything back in Woodsboro and all that stuff. Dude, what if they did like a Zodiac killer kind of storyline where like they had somebody like writing out a script as they're like killing people or something like that? You know what I mean? Like
kind of like take that idea from 3 and expand upon it, make a whole movie around it.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I vibe with that a lot, man. That's really cool. I've always felt like that idea in 3 was undercooked. So to see that it fleshed out a little more, like that would be really cool. The Ghostface writer killer, you know what I mean? It's like he's actually writing down everything that happens to make it into a movie later. Maybe that's an expansion of Richie's character too. You know, you kind of mix those two flavors together. That's actually I'm interested in that. That would be fun. Jason, though, thank you for the $2, man. I would love to see, honestly, if Scream 7 does happen, I think a best case scenario might be. Well, a best case scenario is having everybody come back, but a realistic best case scenario, Kirby in the lead, going somewhere else, a different part of the world, brand new setting, Ghostface shows up, Kirby Reed, FBI agent, comes in to try to stop it. That's pretty cool to me. I'm into that, Jason. Thanks for the $2, man. Appreciate you. Sarah's also going to rage unfollow Anthony on every platform for not seeing Fast X. You better get on that, dog.
Yeah, I think it might be on Max, actually. So, so I might have to sit down and watch it. But, I mean, so I just can't believe that there's 6 other films. Because was Tokyo Drift 3? Was that 3 or 4?
Yeah,
it was 3.
That's 3, yeah.
There's 8 or 6 other films in between. Jesus Christ, that's nuts.
There are 11 total movies, which is insane. If you count Hobbs and Shaw, which like that is just a Marvel movie. Like I watched it recently. Hobbs and Shaw is just a Marvel movie. That's all it is. It's good. I enjoy it for what it is, but give it a watch, man. You don't even need to see the other movies to see Fast X. Like I said, I went into it blind and I still pretty much understood what was going on. Nice. So. And I don't want to overhype it too. Like I don't think it's actually a good movie. It is so bad it's good. You know what I mean? Like that is. Yeah.
No, I can imagine
without a doubt the vibe.
In Expendables, you know, with cars or something like that, right?
Yes, like 100%. Yes. Yeah. I'm embarrassed by how many times I've watched that movie. I just think it's so funny. Like, dude, tears coming down my face. I was laughing so hard the first time I watched it. But Sarah. He's going to get on it. I promise. He's going to get on it. We're going to do a Fast X watch party. It's going to be great. Thank you so much for the 2, Sarah Campbell. I really do appreciate you. Thank you. Mr. Bit Player, welcome in, my dude. I don't know if you've been to the streams or not, my friend. If you're new here, make yourself known. Well, you already have with a super chat saying Kirby TV spinoff Chasing Killers meets the Lakewood Survivors. Anthony, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean that would make sense. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like with the TV series, it has to be something that can be expanded out like a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, it makes sense to me. Like I'm really wondering what that storyline is going to be for 7, like what they're going to come up with. It has me so intrigued. So I really hope it happens. I know I support Melissa, but yeah, I think Kirby would be down for something like this. So yeah, why not?
I think so too. Hayden Panettiere would be so down. I mean, dude, if you go back and just read those interviews of her talking about 6, she was so excited to be in that movie. Like,
I think I remember hearing that. Yeah.
So I could totally see her coming back just to do anything, like anything along these lines. If it's in TV show form, if it's movie form, whatever. I'd be into it too. The idea of an FBI agent hunting down a different Ghostface, like every season or whatever, that's really cool. Yeah. And you know, she has history with this before too. So it's like, it would be an extension of the movies. It's something that the TV show, in my opinion, is missing. Is not having any of those characters from the movies, not having that connection. So if you could make that connection in a way that works with a way that's something that's already been set up in the movies, Scream 6, there you go. I love it. I love this idea personally. Mix the Lakewood story and the ideas from 6, throw them all into one little mixer.
Speaking of detectives chasing killers, I don't know. Have you seen the previews for that True Crime Night Country with Jodie Foster?
No, I don't know anything about this.
It's going to be on Max beginning of next year. Dude, it looks excellent. She's like a detective or a deputy out in Alaska, I believe, and she's chasing this serial killer, I'm pretty sure. Has early reviews said it has very much Silence of the Lambs vibes. So
what was the name of that again?
It's called True Detective Night Country.
Oh, it's True Detective. I don't know why my brain missed that. I've seen the first season of True Detective. Excellent. Like, so good.
Not familiar. Yeah. Damn.
Dude. Listen, if you want just a good drama, so good. Like, just nice. Excellent drama. Oh my God, who's in it again? Woody Harrelson and what's his face? I think. I can't. Nice. Dude, it's so good. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been so, like, I watched it when it came out, like, years ago. Matthew McConaughey. Dude, it's so good. Like, oh my God. I could not recommend it more. But that sounds awesome. Jodie Foster, man. Oh my God. I'm all about that. Shit. Okay.
I'm writing that down. Very much had, like, first watch, I thought it had, like, 7 vibes, to be honest. I was like, damn, this looks, like, really good. Like, I was like, and then, you know, there's, again, something just about that winter setting, man, that is just elevates movies, man. I love it.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, I love me a good winter setting. The only reason I like Wrong Turn 4 so much, I think, is because of the snowy setting.
The movie was bonkers, dude. I remember you had mentioned it and I watched it and I was just like, Jesus, this is insane. Dude, I've watched so many good like winter setting like films, dude. Like just so many hot I've just been on one like this like last month or two. It's been nuts.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, there's so many good winter set horror flicks, man. I don't know. I'm gonna start picking up on that a little bit because I feel like I haven't seen as many as I would like. Like we were talking about this off camera. I've seen a lot of like the popular ones. You know what I mean? Like the Silent Night, Deadly Nights. I'm trying to think of more movies in that realm. I want to start getting into some of the weirder ones. You know, you were talking about P2, which is a movie
P2.
that
excellent.
I gotta watch this, man.
I'm watching. Right now, I'm watching one that maybe not everybody might like, the Black Christmas remake. I don't know. I like it. It's fun. I know it's way out there and shit, but like I think the cinematography is kind of underrated, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. It's a crazy ass film, but it's another one that's not too bad.
The Thousands remake is fantastic. I don't want to talk about the other one though.
Oh Jesus Christ, dude. So okay, my bad. I'm not trying to rag on, you know. Yeah, sat down and watched it, and I was like, "Wow, I guess I don't know. We don't need to get into it." Yeah,
you're right.
Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea.
You're so right, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But Mr. Bit Player though, dude, I mean, I'm so into that. I'm so down to meshing those two ideas together. I would love another season with the Lakewood characters too. I feel like, you know, as much as I shit on the TV show, the twists and the kills, it made it something really special and something really worth watching, making it one of the few slasher TV shows that is actually worth your time. I think that they're few and far between, but the Scream TV series, those first 2 seasons, give them a watch, you know? Like, honestly, yeah, I'd recommend it. But, dude, thanks for the $5, man. You're on the nice list, my dude. You're on KillJoy Claus's nice list. Good stuff. We got some really interesting questions in the chat, too, that I want to get to.
The dark. Nice. Okay.
Jacob Myers is talking about, what do you think Michael Myers was doing the whole time in Haddonfield during the 3rd act of Halloween Ends while Corey Cunningham was on his killing spree? Wrong answers only.
Okay, so interesting. I was gonna bring this up earlier, and I was watching one of Mike and Jay's streams. I think it was like maybe right after this had just came out or something. It was like an old stream, obviously, or something. It just kind of like popped back up while I was working or whatever. And some people said that, like, you know, the whole thing with like Corey, you know, beating up Michael and taking the mask, and like it was all, you know, pre-planned. Like Michael did this so then he could find out where like Laurie was and all this stuff, and like he kind of wanted him to go out and wreak havoc, but this was his way of then finding out where Laurie lived and like all this stuff. And I'm like, really, I guess that could kind of work, I guess, for an explanation, because that would be a good explanation of no, he just got his ass kicked straight up by a guy that was getting his ass beat by band kids earlier in the film. So
he's embarrassed. He's just like,
because like somebody had mentioned, like, how did Michael get to Laurie's house without a mask on? Like, how did he get over there? And Jay's like, it's fucking rascal scooter shit. I was just dying, dude. Holy fuck.
Can you imagine doing like a Pope's Exorcist thing with Michael Myers? The dude's just on like a rascal, like going all the way. He's gonna get there. He's got knife in hand and everything. That'd be so funny, dude. Oh my god.
Real quick, what did you watch Exorcist Believer?
Unfortunately, I did.
So I'm guessing you didn't like it.
I wasn't crazy about it.
Yeah, it was all right. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought. I'll just say that. It was probably like I give David Gordon Green, to me, his cinematography and his directing was probably the best part of it. The writing, again, a little lackluster, but I thought he did a good job.
The cinematography in all of his movies is always well done. I mean, even in those last two, which I just wasn't crazy about from the last 2 years. I mean, dude, it's gorgeous stuff. There's some really gorgeous shots. I mean, all this stuff in like Haiti at the beginning is like really pretty looking, man. I wish I was more invested in the story, Yeah. It just doesn't do it for me. That's your foundation when it comes to a movie, is your script. And if you like, they talk about this, like, I don't know why I'm bringing up the Bible right now, why this is coming to mind, but there's like some kind of thing in there where they talk about, like, if you build your house in sand, it'll crumble, and it's the same idea with movie making. You know what I mean? Like, if you build a whole movie around a script that sucks, no matter what you do, it's just gonna fucking blow. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I wish they could figure something out with the writing. They keep throwing like so many writers at these movies, man, and I'm like, why? Just have one person's vision, and then you can do something really special with it. I don't get why they feel the need to have like Danny McBride. I love Danny McBride, but like 4, 5, 6 writers on projects. I don't know. It makes no sense to me. But
it makes stuff tough. Yeah, because then you're trying to like just gel everything together. Yeah, I totally agree.
Just all over the place, man. It's too many ideas coming back and forth. There was a lot of that in Exorcist Believer especially. But Jacob Myers, what do I think Michael Myers was doing? Maybe he was eating a rat. We just didn't see it. It was the off-screen rat eating. Because listen, what was he doing in the sewers all those years, man? Was he going to the grocery store? No, he was eating rats, man. He was in the sewers. That's what he was doing. And we just didn't get to see it. Dang it, David Gordon Green, why? Why didn't you show this to us? Jacob, I really appreciate you though, man. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you. We also got some interesting stuff from the Peanut Gallery here. I don't know why I'm calling it the Peanut Gallery, but for the love of rock, yeah, I love this. Melissa will be back, I think, with the backlash. Spyglass has realized they messed up, and they and we'll get her back, but try to save face at the same time. Now, Anthony, with the rumors of her potentially, don't forget, her potentially denying some kind of new offer. What are your thoughts on Melissa potentially coming back for 7?
No way. I'm sorry. For the love of rock, I'm very sorry. There's no way. I just feel like she is way too strong-willed of a woman, and I wouldn't blame her at all. They would have to throw the bag at her, and I still don't think she'd do it. Like, I think she's above all that. Like, she can make her money elsewhere and stuff like that. She's like Nev, like, you know what I mean? It's just like she would, I feel like she wouldn't just take money over, like, how she feels, So yeah. I don't know if I see that happening.
Yeah, like I would love for her to come back, man. I would love one more story with these characters, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think it's because of like everything that's happened. I mean, think about it from her perspective too. She finally gets her platform to a place where she can speak up about issues that she cares about. I'm not saying I agree with them. I'm not getting into the fucking, not trying to, I don't go live on YouTube to be a political pundit, man. Right. That's not why I'm here, dude. But she feels very passionate about this. She finally gets to that place. She's been talking about it since like 2016 that she wanted to have her platform be utilized to have a voice for people out there. And she finally gets to do that and gets fired for it. You know what I mean? Like she's very passionate about this. It's something it's been a long time coming. and Spyglass just didn't have the same message, didn't agree. So that, I mean, I just see these are two conflicting sources that both are going to stand by their integrity and they're not even going to have a conversation, you know, and it
Amen.
sucks. It really does. It blows that they can't just talk it out, you know, that in the modern day has been completely lost. You can't just talk about things that might have been meant for one thing or the other. You know what I mean? It's upsetting to me, and I think it sucks. But I don't think she's coming back. Although I hope you're right. I hope that by some stroke of luck that this does happen. That would be great. I'm siding with the rumors, which I rarely do, but I do believe that something like that happened. Like something happened where Spyglass is realizing, oh shit, we're fucked. Let's try to bring her back, and then she was just like, nope, sorry, you lost me. I do believe that. I don't know. There's no confirmation online that it's true, but it's something that I personally could totally see happening. It makes a lot of sense. But what do I know?
But again, it could happen down the road. Like the story could continue, with somebody else. Yep.
And Anthony's very right. You're very right about this, because they could sell it. You know, maybe they're done with. Maybe they make 7. It's a side story. Whatever. It sucks. Maybe it doesn't suck. Whatever. Rights go to somebody else. They could bring back these characters and make another movie.
Yep.
That's entirely possible.
Maybe I'm not saying Jenna's going to get any less popular, but I'm just saying maybe after she's kind of less busy with maybe some projects or something like that, or just, you know, maybe they don't bring Jenna back, like, and maybe it's just Melissa. So like, you know, I think it's highly possible that it works out that way, to be honest.
It's a requel to the requel. You know what I mean? I mean, they could do like, what are Sam and Tara doing 10 years after the events of 6? You know what I mean? That could be cool down the line, man. I'd be into that story. Why not? So I don't know, man. Well, I think the best thing about horror franchises is you never know where they're gonna go, and I'm just excited to see where Scream takes us next. You know, I hope it's somewhere good. I hope it's somewhere fun, but I have some low expectations for this next one, Anthony. I'm scared. What else we got in the chat here? What else is going on here? Cosmic Urgency is saying Michael didn't care about Laurie, so that doesn't make sense. He only went to the house because Corey was there.
Could be true. Yeah, could be true. Yeah.
He cares about Corey. They're connected with the evil
Batman
link.
and Robin, dude. He's like, you just killed that young girl. Here, put your hand up next to mine.
Corey, you know, if Corey was in a Robin costume the entire movie, I'd be into it. I'd be down for this movie. If he was wearing some tights, you could see the pubes sticking out of his out of his like tights or something. That's ridiculous.
What is he saying? Actually, I'm gonna say that Sarah said it earlier. She liked the Schumacher Batman's the best. I'm down with that. I am fucking down with that. Like Forever and Batman and Robin. A lot of people don't like Batman and Robin. I think it's funny. I think it's awesome. Like Forever, probably one of my favorite Batmans. Like Val Kilmer absolutely kills it. Jim Carrey absolutely kills it. You know, I love those two Schumacher films. And I love the
look of them.
Yeah, exactly. The studio interfered with a lot of shit, and they're like, sell toys for us, you know, and all this shit. But the overall look, just excellent, dude.
Hell yeah. No, I really love how pretty both of those movies look. I have my criticisms of them, but like they are just so much fun. Like none of those like late 80s, 90s movies are I don't want to say they're not bad. I don't want to say that. I do enjoy all of them personally. I really, they all have a special place in my heart, even though they get weird, man. Oh damn, they get weird. But Sarah Campbell is saying Latent Gamer might explode if you don't talk about the Strangers trilogy. I've been seeing you, buddy. I've been seeing you, dog. I'm trying to, you know, I gotta talk to my to all the people throwing out super chats out there, because I really do appreciate all of them. But Sarah, I really do appreciate you for shining a spotlight on that. I also want to know what you think. So let's talk a little bit about that. Sarah, thank you for the 5. We really do appreciate that. Anthony, thoughts on the Strangers trilogy? 3 of these movies upcoming.
Yeah, excellent, dude. I love the first 2 films. I think Pray at Night is very underrated. The original is just iconic as it gets. You know what I mean? You know, trying to think, what is my favorite home invasion? Probably Hush is like, I like that home invasion film. Yeah, just awesome. But Strangers, so classic, so just nostalgic. So yeah, super like, so it's gonna be, the first one's obviously, I think they said a prequel to the first, right? Kind of what they're doing beforehand, right? No,
so it's more of like a remake is how they're talking about it.
Why do that?
I know, right? I don't know how I feel. Like, listen, I'm with you, man. Like me personally, that original Strangers, that's my #1 home invasion film. Nice. Like, I think that's the crown jewel of home invasions. Although, dude, Hush is so good. Don't Breathe is so good. Like, there's so many good home invasion movies.
Love Fede Alvarez, man, no doubt.
Hell yes, hell to the fucking yes. My thing about the Strangers trilogy that I'm nervous about is this first movie. It's a remake. It stars Madeline Pesh, Froy Gutierrez, who he's in some show and I can't remember the name of it. They're traveling across country. Tell me if this sounds familiar. They're traveling across country. Their car breaks down and they have to stay at an Airbnb where the strangers then show up.
Vacancy.
Dude, it's very similar to Vacancy, but it's also kind of a mixture of Prey at Night and the original film. Like, Prey at Night is about a family who, travels across country to go visit relatives, where the original film is a couple who, they're struggling with certain things. And they get attacked by the strangers at their home. To me, it's like you merged both of these storylines together for a remake, which is kind of just going to be treading the same ground of the last two movies. So that's where I'm worried about it. The director Rennie Harlin has also said that it's a remake and it's going to be like kind of doing the same thing where it's like we're following this main character, but we're going to see how she progresses through the next two films. Spoiling his own movie, basically saying that Madeline Pesh's character is going to live through this first one, and then we're going to see the repercussions of like what happens through the first movie in 2 and 3, where she maybe gets attacked again. I just wish he wouldn't have said that. Not only do I wish he wouldn't have said that, but I also wish that we didn't know that 2 more movies were happening. Make one, and if we like it, then make a whole trilogy of requel films, That's my thing about it.
So it's going to be a new age remake, is what you're saying, like a present time remake.
Modern day Airbnb, you can already sniff out some of the ideas that they're going to be playing around with. Yes.
Almost kind of like dude, you know what I really, my bad, I don't mean to like sidetrack, but dude, the first act of Barbarian, where you're getting like this, I got an Airbnb and all this weird shit's happening, dude. For the crazy shit that happens in the third act, dude, Barbarian's first and, maybe in the middle of the second act, so fucking good. The tension is so good. So, yeah, I mean, if they go for a vibe like that, fuck yeah, like, why not? You know what I mean? Like,
but the whole movie is kind of that conversation between, I can't remember her name, and Bill Skarsgård. Georgina Campbell, yes. I could totally vibe with something like that. But my problem is I think it's just going to be like treading the same ground as that original film, where it's just the strangers come in. They like here's my predictions right now. I genuinely think it's going to be low cast, like maybe 5 people in the whole cast. It's going to be the couple and the strangers, maybe one other person. Think what's his face from Always Sunny in the first movie. Glenn Howerton. Think Glenn Howerton's character, who basically just shows up to get killed, right? It's going to be a movie like that, where you get it's a low cast, a lot of tension, a lot of suspense that leads up to the boyfriend specifically dying at the end. The girl gets away, because we got to focus on her for the rest of those movies. I just feel like it's really predictable. That's my issue with it. Like, Rennie Harlin has spelled out what this movie is going to be before we even see it. And I just wish I hope there's some kind of surprise that I just can't see beforehand. Does that make sense? That's my issue with it right now.
Yeah, I mean, dude, yeah, I just can't believe it. I don't know why I kind of forgot, but yeah, man, a remake. No, dude, it'll be fine. Like I said, there's no way I'm not gonna go probably see these movies. You know what I mean? Just because obviously, the nostalgia with the other two and everything. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, like, they're putting those movies out like one right after another, right?
Yeah, so they're rumored to all be coming out in 2024, but we only have a release date for the first one as of right now.
That's nuts. That is crazy.
They're all filmed though, from what I know. Like, they're all in the can, and the first one comes out next year. So,
Vacancy though, very underrated film. I remember watching that one back in the day. Crazy.
Oh, that one's excellent, dude. Yeah. I love Vacancy. Who's in that again? Is that Luke Wilson?
It is,
right?
Luke Wilson. Yeah, and then I think it's
I can't remember the girl.
Beckinsale. Yeah.
Okay, Beckinsale. Okay.
I think maybe it has to be her. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I could fact check it. I'm sitting in front of a computer right now, but you know what? Let's just run with it. It's Kate Beckinsale.
That movie is actually it's been on Tubi forever. I actually watched it maybe a couple months ago for like the first time in forever, and I'm like, damn, I forgot how great this movie was.
Oh yeah, dude, I haven't seen that one in a long time, but I'll have to check that one out again, because that would be some cool inspiration maybe potentially for this one. I'm excited to see the Airbnb setting too. Like, I was actually kind of thinking, like, who's the Glenn Howerton character going to be? It's the Airbnb. person, whoever owns that, you know, they're totally going to show up at some point and probably get stabbed in the chest, you know. That would be cool. That'd be really fun. So I don't know, man, I'm excited to see it. I just hope it's not the same movie, you know. I hope they find ways to make it something different and not just, oh, but it's modern, you know what I mean. We've seen that with Carrie, we've seen that with Scream, we've seen that with like everything. Do something else, man. Run it down a different path. Oh, hang on, Darius, we're getting to this, my dude. But everybody, Sarah Campbell's thrown out the link to Anthony's channel. Go check it out. You're gonna start streaming again? Is that what Sarah's saying here?
I'm gonna try, dude. Like, that's why I asked if you were streaming tonight, because I was trying to get something, you know, put together. But when you said you were, I was like, oh hell yeah, dude, like nice. So and I'm gonna try to, you know, I just put out that first video. Finally, Jiminy Christmas. That I just did for winter horror films and everything. I'm gonna start doing, you know, more top tens. You know, I finally got a little, knowledgeable with my editing and everything that I have in my program and stuff. So yeah, you know, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but I'm gonna try to get there. So you know what I mean?
Hell yeah, dude, man. Listen, if you ever had any questions, whatever, just ask. I unfortunately I do this every single day. So I just sit at this thing and I just type away. So if you have any questions, man, just hit me up. If you're streaming, I'm down. I'm down to just come on there and scream about shit.
Dig it. No, and I was telling Sarah, I love slashers, man, and we were trying to work something out where I was trying to get Carrie on there too, where we maybe get together and talk about some underrated slashers and stuff like that. I mean, I know we all probably like a lot of the same, but I got a few under the table ones that are pretty good. That I just love slashers, man. Love watching them all the time.
They're so much fun. I've recently put a focus more on slashers on this page, just because I've realized like that seems to be the most impressive, you know, that not impressive, but the most like that's what people are looking for from horror the most is like slashers. Yep. So that's kind of it's gonna be the focus of like this main page moving forward. But it's a good route to go down, man. It's a good niche. A lot of people can get into slashers, where some of the other subgenres of horror, it just gets a little too weird for some people, you know. So I've kind of been like, okay, I got to just start focusing on the slasher updates a little more. So it's never a bad route to go down, man. Tell you what. But ladies and gentlemen, go subscribe to Anthony's channel, Child of the Corn, just a single child, not children. Good stuff, man. We love it. We love to see it. Darius is asking us about plot theories on Thanksgiving too.
Excellent question. Nice.
I know we talked about it earlier, but throw those out there, man. What are you thinking for the sequel?
First one that comes to mind, like, dude, I'm telling you, just from what I got. Oh shit, okay, my bad. I don't want to say too much because I don't know if everybody's seen the film quite yet. I guessed who the killer was the first 5 minutes just from what I saw from the trailer, little verbiage, and I was like, oh, okay, I got it. But there were times throughout the film where I was like, yeah, there's got to be a sidekick, you know what I mean? There's got to be a Robin in there. And honestly, nothing says that there, you know, nobody says that there wasn't, you know. So for me, shit, I don't know if I want to give out names. I guess spoilers, just so everybody knows. I think it's going to be possibly Ryan in the next one. I think his motive, I think he has the most motive for the next film, which would be Jess's boyfriend. Not obviously Bobby, but the other guy. To me, that's who I thought maybe could have been the sidekick. So
that's interesting that you would go with him, because like Bobby, I was like, it's got to be this guy, you know. And I'm like the whole movie, there was a part of me that was like, maybe, because I was thinking about what Eli Roth said about the film. He was talking about like having a lot of Scream influence, so I was thinking two killers. I was really set on like, you know, Patrick and him. No spoilers, but I won't say what actually was the outcome. But you know, I was pretty dead set on that. That would be cool if they decided to go that route, though, because I feel like that would be pretty surprising. I was kind of like, oh, they're fighting at the one point. Maybe there's something there. I could see it.
What else can you say about this film, man? Like, I just fucking love everything about this film. Second time around watching it, I'm just noticing all these different homages and references to all these other great fucking slashers. And dude, he does such a good job of like playing on that red herring. I noticed that in Scream 3 too. Also, man, they did the red herring so well in that fucking film comparative to like 2. I felt like,
yeah,
dude,
100%.
Dude, everything, like, it has such 80s and 90s vibe. You know, to be honest, like, Nell, I feel like, or Jess, dude, she is like a combination of like Sarah Michelle Gellar and Jennifer Love Hewitt. I feel like as a final girl, I feel like she has like that combination look to her just in the film and everything. And just, I love her character. I love her as a final girl. you know, to be honest, I think Ryan even kind of looks like Ray, you know, from the first, you know, I Know What You Did Last Summer films, you know.
I
Which
see
again, I know they were talking about Jennifer Love Hewitt saying that she would come back for another one. We need it. We fucking need it. Put it in. Somebody get it. You know, we need that film.
The real I Know What You Did Last Summer 3, right?
Exactly, right. Jesus Christ, yeah. Oh my God, that third one is just why did they even bring it into that franchise? You sons of bitches.
It's a skip. It's such a skip, bro.
It is just so unnecessary. But yeah, dude, I think because really, dude, I just love that he's gonna have a little more time to do his. And I mean, I don't know how much writing he did on the first film, but I know he's going to obviously have like, I think he's just gonna. I think somebody could watch Thanksgiving and be like, dude, he's copying so many other movies and all this shit. And it's like, dude, you know, a lot of other movies take a lot of inspiration from a lot of other films. It's how it is. Like, that's what makes it great. You know what I mean? So it will be interesting to see what kind of, you know, just storyline and vibe he puts with this next one, man. I love like the John Carver like character. I think he has a good look to him, almost very much like the Valentine or urban legend killer, to be honest. And I just like his movement and stuff. It's not like as kind of wacky and crazy as Ghostface. I mean, it's not that wacky and crazy, but some of the films can be. But yeah, I don't know. I thought the movie was gritty, just had some balls to it, and I loved it, man. And like you know, who did you think he sounded like when he was on like the you know, when he's at the table? I mean, a good reference thing. Happy Birthday to Me, you know, he's got the whole thing. And when he's talking on the, you know, the sound voice thing or whatever, dude, I think it sounds like the guy off the record for the Necronomicon, like, or whatever, from Evil Dead.
Ooh,
yeah,
I honestly, like where my head was going was like Ghostface, because once again, like Scream was just on the brain the whole time. But that's a really good point too. I didn't even think about that. He does kind of have a similar voice to that from like the OG Evil Dead, not like the new ones. Yeah. 100%. You know, and you just hit on something really interesting about Thanksgiving with like a lot of people were, I saw this across the board. So many people were like, dude, he's just doing I Know What You Did Last Summer with gorier kills.
I know. I like it. I fucking like it.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think I agree with that at all. Like, I think there's some similarities. Yeah. Like, definitely, like the parade is the big, that's the biggest thing, right? Like, there's a parade, but dude, that's the 2007 like trailer that goes all the way back to that. Like, a lot of the set pieces and even a lot of the kills are based off of that trailer. Just done differently, and in some cases more professionally. There's another comment from Daniel Grinch, which we're gonna get to in a second. I want to talk about a certain kill, but do you feel that way? Like, is it too I Know What You Did last summer for you, or no?
So I said this to like Conrad and some of my other buddies and shit. I'm like, dude, I feel like Eli Roth like made this movie for me. I know that sounds super just like, I swear to God, I'm just like, when I'm sitting there watching this and I'm like, did he just like listen to like the fucking movies I like and just like, hey, we're gonna base it all off this? Dude, I love it, man. Like, and this is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like he knew what his target audience was gonna be. And dude, think about it. Like, he grew up watching these movies too. So I mean, he's getting inspiration from these films that, you know, I don't know how old he is, but you know, he probably grew up in the 80s watching. Like, to me, you have like the pitchfork scene when he's chasing the stepmom out of the Prowler, dude. If people watch the Prowler, it's straight out of the Prowler, dude. Like, it's just the look, the getup, the overalls, looks like Michael Myers. Like, you know what I mean? He brought so many good things and references into that film, and I love it, dude. Like, if you're a slasher fan, I just don't see how you can watch it and not like. I see Sarah says, you know, my issues with the, you know, a lot of the characters weren't very likable. I could agree with that. Like, honestly, I remember Cody Leach was like, I watched the movie and I couldn't even remember the final girl's name, and I'm like, oh shit. What was her name? And I'm like, oh yeah, it was Jess. But like, she might have only been like maybe the only one that you kind of were like following very, you know, instead of like Bobby or Ray, because you were like, oh, these are red herrings. So, you know, not Ray, but Ryan. So yeah,
see, there you go. No, I'm just kidding.
I do think like I thought some of the writing was a little bit cheesy and shit like that, but that was the vibe he was going for. And then the second time around watching it, I'm like, dude, I totally get all of this. I think this is, and I heard Cody also talk about he did a really good job of bringing like all the present time shit of like technology, social media, bringing it into the film and, you know, gelling it all together. Like, it all made like total, dude, it was so, yeah, did a really good job, I thought, on all of that.
I also think he did a great job with it. I don't know, man. I mean, like, it's a revenge slasher flick, and I feel like the people who are comparing it to I Know What You Did Last Summer, I feel like maybe that's just the only revenge slasher flick that people have seen. You know, a lot of movies have done this concept, especially in the 80s, dude.
Urban Legend.
Yeah,
Yes.
Urban Legend, another great example, dude. But there's a lot of like 80s horror flicks where they'll start off with some like awful thing that happened in the past. Like it's maybe a little formulaic. I agree with that criticism, but
I like Cosmic Urgencies right there. Prom Night and House on Sorority Row. Perfect. Exactly. Like those are revenge flicks. You know what I mean? And they're two of the best ones, dude. I'm literally
that's a very great point right there. Yes.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Like people that like slashers and no slashers, like it's most of them are revenge. You know what I mean? Like that's the premise. Like that's usually the storyline. So.
There's so many of those. To me, it just felt like a great throwback. You know what I mean? To fall into that, but and do it differently too. It's not the same thing, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's like the Black Christmas, not Black Christmas. It's the Black Friday. Like you're villainizing that. You're vilifying that, I should say. I loved that. That opening scene is insane. It felt like you were taking the formula from those old 80s slashers, like Prom Night. I think is a perfect example, and just like applying that to a modern slasher. I thought it was brilliant for what it did.
Dude, I love Daniel's comment. Horny teen slashers need to come back. Yes, let's go. Dude, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, I've heard a lot of people say, like the teen slashers of, like, the 90s and stuff like that, they suck. And it's like, dude, 80s slashers had teens in it. Like, I don't know what you mean. Like, they all are teens most of the time in all of these slashers. Like, I don't quite get it. Like this, I don't know. I don't see why those films get hated on so much, but to me, I feel like they have more, just more to them. I feel like some of those 80s slashers are just kind of bland. I feel like there's a little more substance to some of these late 90s, 2000 slashers, man. So
I think the biggest thing the 90s improved upon was the characters themselves, because like while listen, Daniel, I gotta admit, like there's so much sexless movies these days. Like, does that make sense? There's just like,
man, dude.
I'm like, why are these characters
we need some of that old shit, man. Like, damn.
I see like relationships between characters where I'm just like, these characters should be like wanting to bone each other, and they're just acting like that's not even a factor. And I'm like, what? You know, that's such an interesting dynamic for characters, and that I just don't see that on screen as much these days. I will say that kind of gets lost in modern slashers, but I think we still have that a little bit. And like, actually, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I mean, Jesus Christ, Sarah Michelle Gellar's character is talking about wanting to get pregnant or whatever at the very beginning of that movie.
It's like, dude, that beach scene is like
it's there.
Oh yeah, one of the best.
Oh yeah, but Daniel also has another kind of a great point. I'm not gonna lie, as much as I love the trampoline sequence in the new Thanksgiving, not the old one, I do love it. It's really good. It's really brutal. It's very hard to watch. I am kind of sad that they didn't do what he's talking about right there.
Yeah, I think Eli Roth knows the times, man. Like I mean, like I said, it was a little more grit and a little more ballsy back in the 2000s, shit like that. So honestly, I did not like that trampoline kill the first time watching it. Second time around, I'm like, dude, this is so well done. Like just turning the boyfriend's head all the way, doing a 180. I was like, dude, that was such a crazy good kill. Like, dude, and the cinematography, that movie it's pretty freaking awesome. It just like, it looks really good. Horny teen movie, not quite a slasher. Dude, another one you should write down, Decoys. It's on Peacock. It's called Decoys. Ooh. It is a disturbing behavior species collaboration, dude. I'm telling you, it's not highest production valued film, but it is like super fun. Good, like there's nudity. It's almost like American Pie meets Species and Disturbing Behavior. I swear to God, it's like a Canadian film, 2004. It's on Peacock. It's called Decoys. Watch it, dude. It's funny. Okay.
Yeah. Disturbing Behavior is a movie where I love the characters and I love the reveal. I wouldn't say it's my favorite like 90s thousands horror flick, but it's absolutely one that should be brought into the conversation more.
Definitely.
Does that make sense? Like, I think that the one side character, James Marsden is great, of course, but the one side character whose name is totally slipping me right now, like the guy that's like hyperverbal at the lunch table or whatever, he's excellent in that movie.
Excellent. He might be the best in the whole movie, dude. Honestly.
I think so too.
Yeah,
his performance is such a standout in that movie, and I'm like, wow, this is like The Craft is another one. Like we always talk about like Urban Legend, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream. But dude, those two movies, The Craft, what the fuck, Disturbing Behavior, man, these are good movies that don't get talked about, man.
Crazy good concepts too. Yeah. Another one I'll say, I know Jay always compares the two, the Faculty with Disturbing Behavior. I probably like
very similar,
just a little bit more, because I didn't realize for like the longest time that was just like our time or like our generation's Invasion of the Body Snatchers, just perfect film. Yeah.
It's good though. I mean, The Faculty's a lot of fun, man. It kind of, what I love about it is it uses the Scream format with Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
True.
It's brilliant. Like, once again, another just innovation. Maybe it's nothing new. I think that argument is there for it, but it innovates in a way that makes it modern for its time. And I think that's brilliant. I don't know. I really love it for what it is.
Yep. Guaranteed to fuck you up.
Guaranteed to fuck you up. That should be the tagline. I love that. No, but I really enjoy that one. I think it's so, like, dude, Elijah Wood, I think that's him, right? In that movie,
yeah.
Sniffing Jordana Brewster's hair. That is so, like, out of pocket, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what? There's a scene in that movie where they're, like, hiding or something, and, like, they're in the closet together, and he just goes, like that. It's so creepy. It's like, dude, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
It makes me laugh every time. I don't know.
He's tweaking, man. Let him fucking tweak, man. Dude, that garage scene is hilarious. Oh, that's, like, one of the best scenes, man. Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I love The Faculty. It's very goofy, but it's so, I don't know. It's just a really fun. That's Kevin Williamson, right? That's Kevin.
Amen, dude. Yeah, Kevin killing it, dude. And like, I know Kevin had like a little bit of some influence I think he got like 25% of the writing on H2O. And actually, I think he's an executive producer. I think at the beginning of the film, I think you can see because he did like, I think some people say they did more than 25%, but dude, Williamson doing, so I wonder if you could actually say that it was his film or maybe not. I don't know, but Williamson doing a Halloween film, that would have been excellent. That would have been awesome.
He kind of had his touch on like H2O or whatever, right?
I don't know.
So that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
but you want him to take over a whole film.
A lot of what ifs, dude. Like what he was able to write with like Sick this last year. That was another one in 2023. Fucking Sick was awesome, man. Like I know maybe it wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but for me, that's just like that's his blueprint. I loved every bit of it, man. Like that was a fun film, especially for the time. Yeah.
The chase scenes in Sick I thought were excellent. The one that sticks out to me the most is the raft one. Excellent. That was fantastic.
Yeah, excellent, dude.
I just did not like the characters in that movie, like across the board.
I can see it. Yeah.
Man, I hate to be that. I don't know. For me, I was just so not like the first 20 minutes of that. I'm like, I'm just not in this, man. I'm sorry. Like, but those chase scenes are suspenseful as fuck. Like that is by far my favorite part of that movie. So I don't know. It's definitely, it's nowhere near the bottom of my list is what I'll say. It's like a little more in the middle for like my overall year ranking. I really do love the chase scene. So there's that. It's grown on me a little bit, but that final girl is just so awful. I'm sorry, dog. Like it just did not work for me.
Yeah, no. Lighting that lady on fire at the end, like I would say the character, was probably the most lacking. But chasing's really good. Yeah, for sure.
I'm still not over that fucking raft sequence, dude. I want that in like Scream 7. Like if we can do that quality of chase sequences, that's so cool. It's so inventive,
dude. Like a winter setting Scream, it would be so awesome, dude. It would
a frozen lake chase sequence. Sorry, I'm not over the lake thing.
Like no, straight out of like 1983 Curtains. I know you've seen that, right? Where she's got the hag mask on and she's got like the mini hand scythe and she's skating across to like Curtains. It's a crazy slasher. The production value is not very good on it. It's very grainy like when you watch it, but Curtains, it's like that's pretty much the most iconic scene of the film is like this girl's out ice skating, she's got a radio on, and then all of a sudden this killer with a hag mask, they call it the hag mask or whatever, comes out and starts like chasing her down. Like it's crazy, man. Yeah.
You're giving me so many recommendations, dude. Like,
I'm gonna be honest, man. Out of all of them, that one is a very slow burn. There's like certain, that one is like a very much like I'm gonna turn this on and just not enjoy it. Like the reveal.
It's build.
Yeah,
exactly. I can get into that, man. Have you ever seen Alice, Sweet Alice?
Dude, that is one that I haven't seen. I've seen so many things, like so many people talk about it. It's one of those that I feel like I'm going to watch it and I'm going to be completely bored because I already know everything. There's not really a reveal. Like you already kind of know everything. You know what I mean?
Give it a watch, man. Listen, I'll be honest. I kind of feel the same way about that movie. Like it takes a minute, before it, like you kind of, it's a lot of exposition before you start getting to some crazy shit. But I really appreciate what it did for female slashers specifically. Like there's not a whole lot of those, you know what I mean? There's not a whole lot of specifically like female killers. And I really love what that movie was able to do, kind of paving the way for it. It's a, I don't want to say it's an early Pearl because that's not right. That's just ridiculous. But it's it definitely, like, you don't have a movie like Pearl. You don't have a movie like May from like 2002 if you've ever seen that. You don't have a movie like that without Alice Sweet Alice, if that makes sense. It's a must watch.
Yeah, I see Cosmic Urgency saying it's like it's a giallo, which is awesome. I love giallos, man. Like that's what has me stoked about Maxine, man. Yeah, I literally, like earlier today, about watched Tenebrae. I'm not even lying. I was just like, man, I haven't seen it. Like it was on Shudder. I went by it. So,
man, I'm a sucker for Dario Argento. I love his movies to death. I think Deep Red is one of the best slasher movies just ever. It's so fun.
Very long film, but if you can appreciate it enough, yeah, you will appreciate that film. My favorite, Stage Fright. It was his. It was his. Jesus, Mock, what's the word? It was his like his apprentice or his whatever. I can't Mikolai.
I know this name. I've never seen this one, but I've heard very good things about it.
So when you talk about like the greatest years of horror, now this could differ between everybody. I would say 87 was probably the best year of horror. Like I know a lot of people say 81. 87 was monstrous.
Hellraiser,
Stage Fright, Lost Boys. I mean, dude, we're talking just crazy good movies in 87, and Stage Fright was one of them, man. It's to be honest, like that whole part where Jess is in that that salon class or whatever, on Thanksgiving or whatever. It definitely gave me Stage Fright vibes. Like to be honest, like I was like, oh, okay, nice.
There was a lot of that movie, getting back to Thanksgiving, and we do got to wrap this up soon. So I just realized we've been going for 2 hours. I'm like, dude, I get lost. I could just talk about horror movies all day.
Right.
Man, there was a lot of Thanksgiving, too, that I wanted to say, especially in the kills. Well, actually, especially in the kills and especially in the cheesy dialogue that felt like Pieces. Have you ever seen Pieces before?
Oh, amen, dude. Yeah, it was. I think that was actually like one of the first American filmed giallos. I could be wrong, but I think that was like one of the first ones that was actually filmed in the States, like Grindhouse giallo. So
if there's any movie that I feel like was the biggest inspiration for Thanksgiving, it's Pieces. And I think that's why I appreciated it so much. I just think it's so funny. Like both of those movies are funny in the same way. Does that make sense? Like in the totally cheesy dialogue, sense. Cheesy characters. Scuba. I mean, like the guy's name is Scuba or whatever in that. Like it's the same energy as some of the Pieces characters, in my opinion. I don't know. But
he's like, "Why? What's your last name? Diving?" Oh, yes, makes sense.
Like that's so like what? Like that's such a weird joke. I love it. But before we sign off, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure to check out Anthony's channel, Child of the Corn. I'm going to be sharing that video that you posted about the holiday horror. I got to see that. I got to check that one out, man. So.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, yeah. I actually just got. Yeah, no, never mind. Yeah, I might be putting something up. I'm probably going to be busy. Probably maybe the rest of the week. But we'll see. Probably either the week after. So. I want to do like, dude, I've been buying a lot of physical media. So I think I was going to maybe do like a haul video or something like that and kind of do something like that. But yeah, I've literally, I can't wait till Thanksgiving comes out on physical media or, hard copy. Something's just getting me scared where all these, like, I think like, didn't like Sony say they were going to stop making like games and shit like that, like physical copies and shit. So I'm getting like where I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to start, add to the collection before everything just goes. I don't know. I'm just so worried. I've spent so much money on Vudu. I have like 100-some movies in my collection, and I'm just like, dude, if I ever just lose that, like, there's like $1,000 down the drain.
That would dude, and it's a very real, scary possibility right now. Like literally, my niece and nephew, I got them for Christmas. I literally got them like physical media. because I want them to start getting on that train now. And I even went on a whole rant to them about like, buy physical media. If you like something, buy it, because it will, one day it might just disappear from a streaming service for tax write-off purposes, which is ridiculous. So I can't stress it enough. Buy physical media. Like, just, oh my God, it's a scary, weird, fucked up world we live in where we don't appreciate art anymore, and we don't want it to live for years and years after its release. It's crazy. It's a crazy thing.
Yeah, I heard Mike talking about that new movie that's out on Netflix or something like that with Julia Roberts, Ethan Hawke, and that shit about the cyber attack that happens or whatever and shit.
Leave the World Behind or whatever. Yeah.
So, and he was talking about like one of the parts, it was like blast from the past, and you go to the one room and there's all this physical media and shit. And I'm like, yeah, it's possible. So I don't know. Yeah.
It's scary stuff, man. I hate to sound all apocalyptic, but it's coming, man. All that shit's gonna be gone at some point. Barbarian, forget about it. Like, if we don't get a physical release of that, it's gone, and that makes me so sad. Sarah Campbell is also showing some love to the other channels. Check out the second page, KillJoy Jake 2, where we talk about some of the weirder updates in horror that we may not talk about over here. I just talked about like the new Ghostbusters, for instance, the Speak No Evil American remake. So there's a lot of controversy there. Holy shit. Go check out that second page. I'll be talking about more crazy updates in the following weeks. Not a whole lot of news right now, though. It's been a pretty slow news week, gonna be totally honest. And I'm also working on just a normal Jake Tyler page. That's my name, if you didn't know. My real name, my government name is not KillJoy Jake. So check that page out too. I'm doing something with it in the new year. Should be fun. So thank you so much, Sarah, for throwing those out there. Really appreciate you. Anthony, any closing thoughts before we sign off here?
Just want to say thank you for having me on, dude. Appreciate it. Everybody in the chat, everybody, thank you so much for, all the good comments, all the good, opinions and everything. It's just fun, man. Like I said, 2 hours goes really quick, I love talking horror and just love watching movies, man.
We had some really great opinions in the chat today. Like, there was a lot of good questions, a lot of good and differing opinions too. I don't want to listen. I don't want this to become an echo chamber. I know I'm a very opinionated person. I am, but I love Jason Carpenter, for instance, who was here earlier, is a huge Halloween Ends fan. I love him. I love that he comes into the chat and challenges us. We want that. I hope everyone knows that. We want differing opinions. I'm never trying to say that I'm right about shit. So I love when people come in here and say something like that's totally out of left field. That's what makes these conversations interesting. So never be afraid to throw out your crazy opinion. I would love to talk about it. So it's great stuff, ladies and gentlemen. You guys, we have a happy holidays, by the way, for whatever you celebrate. If that's Christmas, if it's Hanukkah, or if it's just New Year's, if you're just getting together and getting fucked up on New Year's, have fun, stay safe. This is a big time for DUIs, so please stay safe, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, if I don't see you until probably later on next week, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace out, everybody. We'll see ya.